This is the Wonder You podcast. Today we're here with a special guest, Corine.
Hi.
On Instagram, we're Coco La Bruja.
Mm-hmm.
So, off the rip, I want to just break it down, like the name Coco La Bruja.
Yeah.
So, because you guys were talking like beforehand, like, are you considered a witch or what's the right term? Because when I think about witches, I think about like the scary movies or like the Salem stuff.
Mm-hmm. What is it to me? I think of witch as like a powerful woman. You know, in history when the Salem witch trials were happening, you know, people called out strong, powerful women that were speaking up against, you know, the people that were trying to keep other people down, because they were speaking up. They didn't like that, so they would call them witches, because either they would use herbs as like remedies, or like, I think I even read that even because they kept their house clean and they used the broom, that they call them witches, you know, stuff like that.
So. But like a modern day, because witch, I guess it's not like a bad thing, but like, I mean, I would hear the stories like in Mexico, the brujas.
When I think of witch, I think of like something like scary or like something not like. But then there are different witches, like you said. When I think of like, well, because like growing up as a child, witches are meant to be scary around Halloween. But like you said, witches have different. There's different witches out there.
There's definitely is. There's definitely witches that are going to be use their magic, I guess, in a not so positive way. For me personally, I like to call myself like a positive witch. I only really do, like, let's say, magic or spells like pertaining for myself, like to gain more confidence, to get more money, to get more opportunities, like stuff like that, you know. There's always going to be good and bad people, I feel like, and I think that the same applies with like witches. People that practice.
Do you know any like bad witches like in Chicagoland area that you know of?
Not.
Or they're more like.
Do you know a bad witch, or like have you heard of?
Like whispers in the wind.
I'm like trying to think. Honestly, not really. I feel like most of the time, if they are, they keep that hidden within themselves. I don't think they really expose themselves like that. I've definitely come across people, some sketchy people, or like, I guess, okay, I've definitely come across people that have claimed that they're very spiritual, very positive, you know, all that stuff, but are anything but that, you know. So it's like, I feel like it really depends on the person, and like, but no, I haven't really, on the top of my head, met anyone that practices like dark magic or like does anything like that.
Is being a witch and a medium the same thing or no?
I think they're two different things for sure. Witches are going to be I want to say, how do I explain? Like they have wisdom, knowledge, wisdom, knowledge that's going to help you feel better about yourself, and like feel better in like physical, mental, spiritual way, you know. Mediums are someone who's able to connect with the spirit side. So they're able to connect with people that have passed on, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, people that are not and are, I guess, beings that are not in this dimension, or like realm.
Yeah. Okay. But that's, you believe in that part?
I do.
Yeah.
Have
you participated in like a medium or something like that?
How do I explain this?
Crystal ball.
I have tried crystal ball readings.
Well, how does that work?
So crystal ball readings, what it's originally called, it's called scrying. So you can scry with smoke. You can scry with a crystal ball. You can scry with crystals, or like anything really that has like a kind of reflection, or like
its own like shape, something like that.
Okay. Transparent.
Yeah, or you can do it with water too. People scry with water. Sometimes you just see images kind of come up in the divination tool that you're using. Personally, I like to use tarot cards. I love the imagery that it shows. I tried scrying once with a crystal ball. It's really hard because you just have to really like pay attention and focus, and you're just kind of looking at the same spots, you know. But really, it's all like meditation, you know. So it's really focusing, not really thinking of anything until a random thought pops up, and then that random thought is kind of your answer, you know.
Okay. And have you seen anything ever?
There was once where I did see, it looked like a tunnel, and I was like, a tunnel. And that's just the thought that popped up.
Were you doing it on a person, or were you doing it for yourself?
I was doing it for myself.
Okay.
So really, I was just kind of like, what do I need to know right now, kind of thing, you know. And just focusing, meditating, looking. And all of a sudden, I see, it looked like a tunnel, and I was like, oh, okay, what does that mean, you know? Looked it up. I like doing that a lot. So sometimes if you see something like imagery, there's words, there's phrases, there's lyrics and songs, I feel like sometimes find you in the right moment. So when I looked up tunnel, it just, at the time too, it really resonated with what I was going through. Meaning that I was going through, like, not a tough time, but like definitely an enclosed space where I wasn't feeling myself, like freedom like and stuff like that, and I needed to find a way out of the tunnel, kind of thing. That's how I took it, the message as, and I think it really helped me do that. Yeah.
Does that stuff, like, let's say, maybe not necessarily the tunnel, but let's say if you're through a crystal ball or water or whatever, and seeing stuff, does that like freak you out a little bit, or no?
Not really. Not really. What is it? If anything, if you guys like want to hear about an experience of like medium talking to or seeing something, I'm also a Reiki practitioner. So what that is I work on your chakra centers. I clear out your energy body, your energetic field, your aura. So energy work, yeah, I'm trying to explain. It's like, it's a natural practice that actually originated in Japan. It's energy that flows through your hands. Everyone can do it. And yeah, it's really great. You can cleanse out any negative or foreign energy that you may have unconsciously or consciously let go, or someone else that have unconsciously or consciously have given to you. Everyone gives away a little bit of their energy every single day, you know.
Yeah. So
it really, you know how people say that people drain you. It's that people people do take a little bit of your energy, and so that's why every day kind of have to come back to yourself and be like, okay, calling back all my energy back to me.
Okay. Yeah, because I only know chakra from Naruto. That's all I know.
So it is a Japanese thing.
It is a Japanese thing. Is there anything like in fiction that you think would be more on the realistic side?
Honestly, Naruto is actually a perfect example. The way that talks about chakra control and like putting energy in certain places, that's exactly what Reiki is, honestly.
So, okay, let's say I want to put, like in real life, if I want to put chakra in a specific place, what would it do?
So what I do with Reiki is that people like to come in when they're feeling down or feeling not much energy as they used to, or they feel like someone is sending mal d'ojo, or like, you know, they're just not feeling the best version of themselves. They'll come to me, and what I do is I'll cleanse them. So I focus in on their energy, on their body. I connect with them, and I visualize. So what it is I actually close my eyes. I have the person laying in front of me, and I go over their body with my hands and close my eyes, and most of the time I get visuals of energy, of like different things that come up. There was this one really interesting session that I had with this one girl. She came in, never met her before. She was recommended to me by she was referred to me by a friend. And what's it called? We were doing a session, and in the middle of the session, there's a part where I like to call in higher beings, higher vibrational beings. So that is your spirit guides, your ancestors, angels, all that, your spirit team, basically, that everyone has. And what's it called? I call them in to see if anyone would like to come in and help with the session. And I saw, it was me, I had my eyes closed. It was a vision of me standing in front of the girl standing in front of me as well. And I see a black shadow behind her, and she's just standing. And there's a black shadow behind her, and I see the black shadow giving like her a massage, like hyping her up, like the shadow's like bouncing and it's excited, and I can sense it. It's a feeling, you know. It's like this person doesn't feel malicious. This person doesn't feel like, it feels more familiar, feels friendly, feels like it's a male. And I'm telling her this, and I'm like, there's someone here. I was like, there's someone hyping you up. There's someone that's really excited, feels very friendly, feels very young. And she starts crying, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, tissue. But what is it? She was like, I know exactly who that is. And I'm like, oh. And she's like, unfortunately, that one of her best friends had accidentally taken his life like a year before. And he was like her number one fan, like always hyped her up, always pushed her to go after her dreams, you know. And she was like, I know exactly who that is. Like, I'm so happy that he's in my team, you know, still hyping me up.
Still with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you only feel that like when you're doing Reiki, or can you feel that like, let's say you're walking around
randomly
in public and do you see like a figure like behind someone's back, or like stuff like that?
So it doesn't happen often. It's like really interesting because it's not like an automatic thing that I can just be like, oh, I see something, you know. It just randomly happens. That has only ever happened to me once though. I was actually working at Marshall's. Was working early in the morning. We were doing markdowns. We were in the queue line, so the line where it's like the aisle right before you get to the cashiers, it has all the little goodies in it. We were marking down stuff in there, and I had my coworker next to me. And all of a sudden, it was like I felt something off, different. I looked over, and I see this like shadow. It's a dark shadow. It's right behind her. And I'm like, weird. I'm like, okay, interesting. But I didn't want to scare her. So I was like, hey, she knows what I do. So I was like, hey, you know what I do. Like, you know, I see sometimes stuff, or like randomly get messages and stuff. And she's like, yeah. And she was like, I was like, I think I have something for you. I was like, would you be open to listening? And she was like, yeah, like, oh my gosh, yes, like, love that shit, you know. And I was like, okay, cool. I told her, I was like, there feels like someone standing behind you. I was like, there's someone there. It feels very, I was like, not to scare you, but it does feel very like protected. Like, it does feel very like not there to harm you. Like, it's very friendly. And she immediately was like, oh, I know who that is. And I was like, okay. It's like, that's my grandfather. And I was like, oh, okay. She was like saying how she was wondering, because she was telling me that he had just recently passed like 2 years ago. And I was like, she was like, why is he there? And I was like, I don't know, but it feels like he's like just there to like keep you company, to keep you like friendly, like, or to keep you like, you know, just to keep you company.
Yes.
And she was like, oh, okay. Next day it didn't work. The following day I came in, and she was like, I know why he was there. And I was like, wow. And she told me that her biological father had just passed away.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That she wasn't never really close to her biological father. That her grandfather was more so of the father figure to her, than her, you know, like this. But yeah. I think that he was with her there to kind of just, again, comfort her, be with her and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been like practicing, I guess. Spiritual.
Well, I've been studying tarot specifically since 2018.
How old are you? So how many years would that be?
Well, I'm 26 now, so that's about 8 years now. Yeah, right.
Wait, 2018?
Excuse me.
6 years.
2016? Oh, 2016?
2016, 2018.
2018.
6 years.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought you said since you were 18.
Yeah, so 2018 is when I started studying tarot.
Oh, right.
I started my business in 2020. But honestly, I love like spirituality, like supernatural, the other side, the unknown. I've always been interested in it since I was a little. Growing up, I've always had like different experiences, like questionable experiences, and I'm just like, So I kind of always knew like there's something else, you know. It's not just us.
Yes.
You know.
Sure. You don't think it might be aliens? Hey, there's two sides.
The government already said that they're real.
Yeah, that's true. And no one
coming out the water, and no one cares.
And no.
Did she come through the back or did she come through the side?
The front.
Did you feel like anything?
I was like, when I came and stopped by, I saw that and I was like, this is great. I love cemeteries. They're so peaceful. They're so quiet. They're so nice.
Yeah, until you live here and you hear animals making noises in the cemetery.
That's
I mean, we're basically here most of our lives. When people come over, it's like, aren't you guys scared living here? I was like, I never even thought about it.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys never experienced anything?
No, I just hear noises.
Down here, yeah. Did you see anything down here?
Wait, yeah. Like, what I was trying to ask, like, besides the cemetery, did you feel like anything in the house?
1 second, Scoop. Shout out, Scoop.
Let's say his mom or his brother or like.
No, not really. I just think it smells great in here. It smells like a Mexican family, which honestly is really great to me. I think it's really homey. It's so nice. It's very comforting.
Wet dog and tortillas.
No, like clean laundry and stuff like that.
Okay.
Washing machine. Okay.
All right. So we do got a question, but we'll get to that. But I was saying, you don't sense nothing in this room? And I'll tell the story after that.
Okay.
But no?
No, not really.
Alright.
Anything
That's good.
with us? Is there like any like what was it? Any
weird
spirits
vibes
or aura or any
plus aura?
Or like anything like latched onto anybody?
Oh gosh, not really. I mean, I am feeling kind of jittery right now, but I think that's just because I'm a little nervous. That's all.
Because the reason I said if you saw anything in this room, so one time, I don't know I don't know if I was dreaming, but I definitely experienced it. So when I woke up, I don't know if it was a dream or not.
Maybe you were, what is it? Sleep paralysis?
Oh. Yeah, so I get that every once in a while, which is scary. But alright, this is what I experienced. You guys I think I told you already. A shout out pack. So you can believe it or not, but this is like, alright, so I was sleeping, I kind of woke up. Like I said, when I woke up in the morning, I was like, yo, did that happen? Like, I don't know. I don't know if it was a dream or not. But I saw something run from that corner into the bathroom. Like a black shadow run. And that scared the shit out of me.
Was it like a humanoid figure?
Yeah, and I was scared.
Was it big or was it small?
It was kind of big.
Average?
Yeah, it was like probably the size of the room, kind of, and just run. And I was just like spooked. And I thought there was another figure in the corner. And I was legit like, I felt like terrified. Yeah. And then I woke up and I was like, all right, it's just the reggae hat. But I did see something run. Yeah, I did see something run.
What were you doing the day before? Were you out?
I have no idea. I don't remember what I did before. All I remember is I did like a prayer, and I went back to bed. And I just slept on it. And I woke up and I was like,
scared. Scared.
I was like,
out the prayer.
It was one of those where I remember doing that. I remember praying, going back to sleep. But then I was like, I don't know if it felt like a dream or not. Because usually dreams is like I'm at a random place. But it was here. I was like, I saw it happen. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. But that's what I saw one time.
You know what year this was?
It was like maybe 4 years ago or so.
2020.
Interesting. I see shadow people a lot. Like they're definitely out here. What's it called? They out here.
That's someone right there.
It'll stop by itself.
Oh, okay,
it's
cool.
just,
Time to wake up.
it's one of the watch, but I don't know how to turn off the alarm.
I'll turn it off for you.
But what is it? I just recently, one of the scariest experiences that I had when it comes to like shadow people with like, because it's just, you just saw a humanoid figure, right? And, and no facial feature. It's just straight black, right?
I mean, there's also dark in the room, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
So,
It's dark in here, and I saw it run.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I remember I had just came back from working a festival. I forgot what festival, but they say that when you go to festivals that those are places where like things like to latch onto you because you're consuming alcohol, you're taking drugs, you're making your vessel more susceptible to like an attachment, you know.
Yeah.
So I personally was I actually drinking? Actually, I think I was drinking. But no,
Who
yeah.
said Danny's cooked?
Because I'm going to EDC, so.
Dude, I went to 2019. Weird ass energy. Weird ass.
Don't tell me
energy.
that. Don't tell me. You're about to ruin my
It was fun. It was great. You just definitely pace yourself. Pace yourself. Take it slow. You have the whole fucking. You have a whole night.
I always have fun.
You won't catch COVID, but you might catch something.
A shadow person.
A shadow person.
But what is it? Yeah, I came home and immediately I knew. I like walked inside and I was like, feels off, like immediately. And I was like, it doesn't feel like, you know, it was weird. Whatever. It's late. I was like, I'm tired. I was like, and I have to go to the festival again next day. So I was like, I'm just gonna get ready for bed. And as I'm getting ready for bed, it's just, it feels so weird. And I live in the basement too at the time. So I was renting and I was in the basement. So the bed is like all the way across here. It's a big basement. Bed's across here. The light switch to turn off all the lights is across the fucking room. And there's 2 pillars in the middle of the basement, right? So I'm walking and I have a nightlight. I sleep with a nightlight. I do not like the dark. I know it's in the dark. I do not like it. I just sleep more comfortable in the light. So have my little nightlight on, and the nightlight's on the other side of the room too. So it's kind of sending like a shadow where it's like you can see the pillars, right? And so I go across the room, turn off the lights, turn around, and one of the pillars, I see a shadow go, whoop, and immediately go behind the pillar. Immediately, I go, fuck no. Get the fuck out of here. You're not allowed in here. Immediately. Like, you just, that's just kind of what you have to do. You just
tell them to go.
They have to listen.
What do you think that is? Like, would you say that's a ghost or that's something else?
I think.
Do you believe in, like, what are the names of, like, the demons and, like, the type of, like.
So it's like spirits, ghosts, and then
banshees.
There's
the poltergeists.
Like all these types of ghosts.
Demons.
Phasmophobia.
Yeah, just like a whole family. you have like the Japanese
we'll get to your story in a bit.
Those are hella fucking scary. I think all cultures have like different.
But would you say the shadow people are these type of ghosts or is something else?
I think shadow people might be. I don't think they're spirits. I don't think they're like human spirits. I think they're trickster spirits. I think they like to just fuck around with us, you know? They like to make us think we're crazy, like that kind of thing. They like doing it for a laugh, you know? And that's why you kind of have to be like, no get the fuck out of here, yeah.
And is that like a manifestation or how does these things, how would you say that you would be able to see one of these things?
I feel like maybe a manifestation. It's really kind of.
No one really knows.
Yeah, it's unknown. Who knows where these things come from or why we're able to see it some days and some days we're, you know, not so much, you know. It's like sometimes they want to be seen, and other times they don't.
That's why they're hiding and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but we have a question from Sensei Scoob. Shout out. He said, "What are your thoughts on soul? How can it be trapped? And have you ever touched someone that felt like anything dark or cold?"
Those are two questions. Ask you the first one.
All right, what are your thoughts on souls, and can it be like trapped?
On souls? What are my thoughts on souls? Everyone has a soul. Yeah.
Because people think aliens are using us to trap our souls. But that's like a whole other theory.
That's a whole different concept. Interesting.
I saw a video on that earlier.
Interesting. I actually never heard. That's interesting. I never heard of that. But I mean, when it comes to souls, I feel like, yes, everyone has a soul, and it's not something that like dies with us. Like when we die, like our bodies obviously die, you know. But I think our souls still keep going. Our souls kind of just go up.
Do you think they either go up, go down, or stay?
I think.
Are you religious?
I am. I'm Catholic. I was born and raised Catholic.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Mother Mary. Love her. I believe there's truth in every single culture and every single religion. I believe there is one source, whether it is for Muslims Allah, whether for Catholics it's God, but I think it's just one source. It's different names, but it's one person. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would you say it's God or the universe is God?
I think that, yeah. I think the universe is God. I think God is the universe kind of thing. It's energy. It's all one big energy, and we're energy too, and it's always transmuting and transforming. Nothing ever really dies, and I think our soul never really dies. That's why people will say, like, they'll have like flashbacks or have like memories that aren't even their own, but it's because that's your last lifetime. That was your soul's memory from the last vessel that you were in, kind of thing.
Is that like the same thing for like deja vu, or not really?
I think deja vu is actually something else. I think deja vu, I think there's multi dimensions. I think there's definitely like so when it comes to deja vu, I feel like when we're doing something all over again and we're just like, oh shit, I already done this before. It was in a different timeline, and it's just like if you're experiencing deja vu here, it's like, oh, okay,
it's happening somewhere else.
That, and then I think it's like if you experience deja vu and it's like you're doing it again, it means that you were meant to do that. Like the path that you're on is the right one.
Canon of it?
I like that.
What do you think about like because this concept's from have you seen the Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness or no?
I don't think I have. No.
All right, so you don't really gotta watch it, but the concept was your dreams is you in a different like dimension or reality timeline. So do you think dreams are that?
I think so too. Yeah, dreams are definitely like windows of like how do I explain this? Definitely windows of like different realms. I think also spirits, or like I think you get messages in your dreams too. My mom has had some experiences where her aunt, I remember when she was little, she had an aunt who was like really mean to her. When the aunt passed away, that night, my mom had a dream of her aunt coming up to her and being like, Mia, I'm so sorry, like, please forgive me for what, like, I was doing to you. And my mom was just like, girl, it's okay, like, go live, pass on, be at peace, and yeah, and the same thing happened with her father as well. So when my mom's father passed away, that same night he visited her, and my mom was like, don't go. And my dad's like, I have to. And my mom's like, take me with you. And my dad's like, no, you have to stay here.
Wait, your dad passed away?
My mom's dad.
Oh.
At a very young age. And she, what's it called? She had a dream of her visiting the night that he passed. And so, yeah, she was I think she's also spiritually, like, gifted as well. I think spirits like to visit us in our dreams. I think they're gates. It allows our minds to open up and allow things to come in and leave. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but what about like weird dreams? Like, what if you ever have that dream where like your teeth are falling out?
Oh my god, I hate that dream so much.
You have that?
Wait, what?
It sucks.
I hate that dream
Have you
so
ever had
much.
that? No. I've never had that dream.
Mm-hmm. They say that that dream specifically, when your teeth is falling out, it's because you're afraid to say something. You're afraid to speak up about something.
I heard it was because like you're self-conscious about how you look.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know, but.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think with everything, it depends on the person, you know. Not everyone has the same message. Everyone has...
Kind of like what you were saying about where you are in life, or like what you're experiencing, it might do something.
Mm-hmm.
True. But I was thinking, like, is that me in another dimension? Going
I think it's
like,
messages.
oh my God. Yeah, just messages? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So going back on religion, I've heard, because clearly there's but I know one I've heard like negative stuff about is Santa Muerte. Do you know, like...
I only know a little bit of it, and I have heard the same things as well. Because I don't know much of it, I'm not too, like, sure or comfortable saying, like, you know, because that is, you know, people do practice that. I actually have a coworker that practices it. He has, like, a little chain and a medallion, too, that has, the Santa Muerte, and it's really interesting, and, I mean, it's, their beliefs are also the same kind of thing with witchcraft. It's like, don't do evil, and it's like, if someone kind of like fucks with you, that's kind of, you do have to defend yourself, kind of thing. I feel like, I don't know, with Santa Muerte, it's definitely a more aggressive approach when it comes to like spiritual beliefs. I feel like, I don't know, but yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see. His part 2 of Scoop's question was, have you ever touched someone and felt like anything dark or cold?
I actually have experienced, there's definitely people where, okay, I was at a Kendrick Lamar concert. It was the championship tour. It was pretty lit. Okay. I went with a friend, and she also believes in this stuff. It was really cool. But we're leaving the stadium. We wanted to leave a little bit early to rush the crowd of everyone leaving, you know. And it was at Tinley Park. So if you know Tinley Park, that concert stadium place,
open.
The lawn, you know how you're going down? So we're going down. This group of guys comes up, and me and my friend, we're all chit-chatting, like whatever, we're having a good time. But then it's like this group of boys, like the way that they were just coming up and not saying anything, and their like faces were like mean, and like just like the energy felt so weird and so off. Like immediately me and we didn't say anything to each other, but we both went quiet, and we both got closer, and we both just kind of walked past them. And even as we're walking past them, it felt, the energy was just so off and so cold and weird. And as soon as they passed, me and my friend looked at each other, and we were like, that felt weird as fuck. Like, that was strange. Like, it was...
They didn't talk to you, didn't do anything, they just walked right past you.
Mm-hmm. But it was still so weird. There's definitely people where, like, I've, like, had conversations with, and it's just, like, my stomach will feel funny, and I'll be like...
Do you feel that with any of us?
No, not at all. Mm-hmm. You guys all have lovely energy, all fun energy. Mm-hmm.
It's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Drive something fast as fuck.
No, so I was asking because my chain has something with it on it, but I don't follow her. Cause like I tried looking into it, and like they say, like if you want something, you have to give something for it. But I'm not entirely sure. Like, but I don't really ask, cause I found this, and I'm like, you know what?
I found you.
I guess so. So I mean, I love gold, cause. Well, my grandma never gave me gold as a kid, but she gave every single one of my cousins gold, but not me. So I'm like, you know what? I have to get obsessed. I have to get my old gold, and that's why I fell in love with it. And when I found this, I'm like, holy shit! I found it. Now I have to wear it. But I don't pray to her. I don't give anything to her. I just kind of wear it. But
I think that's still showing like respect and like showing your admiration and your gratitude of finding it in the first place, or it finding you and appreciating the art of it. Jewelry is just another way of like expressing yourself, you know. So I feel like that's energy within itself. I like it.
Cool. And the Santa Muerte and stuff like that, is it like saints or is this other type of beings, would you say?
I'm not completely sure with Santa Muerte.
What I've heard is people like forget about God and the rest of it, and they only pray to her. If they want something, she kind of takes something from you. Depends on like what you ask for, but like you have to keep on giving if you keep on asking.
It's as within so without. So it's the same kind of thing with witchcraft too. There's some deities that people like to pray to, worship to, give offerings to. So I have like a little altar. So sometimes I'll like give offerings to Aphrodite or Hecate or other different deities to show respect. Or if I'm asking, like let's say I want my hair to look more luscious and I want clear skin, I'm going to offer something to Aphrodite because she's the goddess of beauty, you know? So it's like something like that. And what I would offer her is maybe roses because that's what she represents. That's like her flower kind of thing, you know? Or if it's like Hermes, like I want these messages to go through faster. I want people
text me back.
Or I want people to understand me better. Like I'll give Hermes like I'll light a candle for him or something like that. So it's something like that. It can be simple as that too. Lighting a candle or placing an offering, like putting. I like to leave fruit in the woods as an offering. So stuff like that.
That seems a bit scary.
Alright, so this is a question I just thought right now, and it's alright, because you say you're Catholic, and you're doing these offerings to other deities and gods. That doesn't like
disrupt stuff.
Or
I think
because technically you're not supposed to.
Yeah, right.
But like I said, I mean.
Yeah, but they say like you're not allowed to do all these other things too.
Yeah, also like you're not allowed to get tattoos, but also that was in the, I think from the Old Testament, not the New Testament, or from what I've heard is it wasn't supposed to be a tattoo. Mark yourself for bad, for like the devil or for like bad stuff. But if it's for other things, then it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Interesting.
What do you think about this? 'Cause I saw a video talking about that the Old Testament, that God had an ego death, and that's what the New Testament is different. It's more like good compared to
the old way.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I believe it because you see the story of Adam and Eve, and I feel like that was pretty brutal to not tell them the truth and just kind of let them live in a little lie, ignorance is bliss kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's questionable, some actions, you know. I feel like the Bible, though, is just so... It's been rewritten so many times that I don't think it just has the genuine viewpoint of, like, what it all really is, you know?
What do you think about, grimoires and stuff like that?
It's badass. They're cool.
Yeah.
I have one.
Grimoire?
What is that?
Grimoire is like a spell book. Where you just, it's like a little journal basically where you keep all your like spells, all your notes, all your...
So you've done spells? What's an ingredient that's like necessary for a spell?
Water.
Dumbass.
I'm sorry.
Alright, Scoop said he got an ad, but he don't know what we're talking about. So we're talking about grimoires and spell books and stuff like that.
Yes, grimoires are really cool. They're just like books of like, not like it's a notebook. You know, you just keep all your notes in there, your spells, all the things you worked on, properties of herbs and crystals and.
What kind of spells are there, or like what kind of spells like?
You can
like are you using a cauldron or something? Like,
maybe.
I don't know.
What's it called? So spells, really, spells are kind of more like let me see, what's the more recent spell that I did? They're like really just meditations. I'll like literally sit, you know, crisscross, have my little book out. I'll have a bowl of water, put a fire. What's the recent one that I did? It's like, it was for the full moon. It was just to kind of like regain focus and regain consistency and production, because I feel like I've been kind of lacking that in my life right now. And really it's just kind of like chanting and words of affirmation, repeating things, and it's like
so what would you put? So like you said, water and a little bit of fire. But
that,
if you want, I've seen like little like TikToks, but like there's stupid TikToks. They're like meme TikToks where it's like, oh, I want this guy, so or like I want a girl, so he puts like her eyelashes, or he puts like some of her hair, pictures of them, and then like the water and then the fire, candles around, stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Well, like, but like, is that like something that would like?
That is definitely a thing that people do. They're called what are they called? You got like love spells, and then you got like bonding spells or binding spells. That's what they're called.
Another thing. So I was telling you about how I used to talk to somebody who was like, I guess spiritually. I talked to two people who were like spiritually inclined or anything. They told me like, stuff under the moon is something that bonds somebody. So like spending the night with somebody under the moon, or like, you know, being like very like under the moon will like keep you guys bonded, or it'll keep like
under the full moon, definitely.
Yeah.
I the full moon is definitely like really powerful, especially when it comes to like binding stuff. Excuse me, sorry. But like, what is it? Yeah, so people do like moon water under the moon.
What's that?
So under the full moon, people would like to do like a jar of water, and depending on what sign the moon is. So I think right now the moon is in Taurus. So right now it's really great for what is it? Luxury, money, work ethic, like all that like focused stuff. It's the energy that's going to be put into the water. Like, so people use that to drink water. They'll drink it and like they'll kind of like visualize that energy being intaken to them. Or you have moon water, they'll plant or they'll water their plants with it, and to put like that energy into it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like,
because like she also told me like well, I had another friend, she was a close friend from a few years ago. She told me that she one time had sex with a guy under a full moon while she was on her period, so it was like double everything. It was like blood work and full moon. That's also true.
Yeah, that's blood magic. Blood magic is very, very powerful. Definitely be careful with any girls that want to do that, because they
in the graveyard.
They want you, okay?
Soul snatched.
They want to keep you in your grasp, basically, you know. No, it really depends too, because you know what? Now that you have that knowledge too, you can take that wisdom to yourself too, because you guys also know magic too. You have with that, it's like blood magic, full moon magic. You have sex magic, so it's what's it called?
What's sex magic? Because like the only one she explained to me was just doing it under the full moon, doing it while on your period.
For women, do like anything with like your blood, you know, it's powerful. For guys, you guys can use your
semen?
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to like find the right word. I was like, what the fuck is it called? But yes,
Well, but when it comes to sex, every guy uses semen. So how does one differ from regular sex to, I guess, spiritual or witchcraft sex?
Intention. So that's the big thing about magic. It's all about intention. So you don't even need any tools at all to do spell work. It's all that matters is your intentions going into it, your belief.
So like, let's say I want to get her pregnant, or I want to keep her, or I want her to be mine. I just have to think it well, and it's
like
am I
strong
manifesting it.
Yeah. So it's just really like focusing on that, and at the same time that happens.
Oh, okay.
So it's really that, and then focusing on that, and that is the powerful magic or moment, I guess. Yeah. Okay,
so that girl, because she also told me that she's done like bad spells, but like she left something under her ex's house.
Like hexes, like curses.
Maybe, I'm not sure. It was like something with like a jar, and she put a bunch of stuff in it, and she hid it somewhere in his house.
Oh my God.
So she did. So like I don't know the full story, but like something like that.
Yeah. So what is it? People, when it comes to like hexes or like curses and stuff like that, like with jars. So what you can use is like rusty nails. That's why every time I see like a rusty nail around, I throw that shit out because that's no good. Because rusty nails is just like
something degrading or like
degrading. You know, rusty. People use urine. People use shit. People use like nasty stuff. You know, and it's bad energy. Like and just putting that in there. You know, and they'll use. Something of you, so like a picture, your hair, nails, anything, you know, of your possession. They'll put that in there too. The thing with her hiding it, it's also true. Hiding it where in a spot where he can't remove it, because once it is removed, all that energy is out. But if he doesn't find it, then
it stays. Okay, yeah, because I remember seeing something like that in The Conjuring. Was it
the newer one?
The newer one. The
totem?
Do it. Yeah.
That's the same one. Same thing for the totem.
It kind of reminded me of the same thing.
I'm like trying to remember if I've seen that one.
It was the last one. It was between this guy kills his girlfriend or he kills his worker, and then Ed and Lauren go and discover it, and he was possessed. That's the reason why he killed his girlfriend. And they check under his house, and then they saw a totem. They saw like something like really bad witchcraft.
Yeah. So most of the time it's that.
And do you try to learn like the bad stuff, like just maybe just in case you stay away from it, or?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
How would let's say that ex were to come back and she has a said like jar. How do I remove it? Can I just grab it with my hands, or would I have to like dispose of it with like?
I would recommend you to be careful when handling it.
Call you.
Huh? I got you. What is it? But yeah, just be careful with handling it. And
how would I? So would I do it in like the
a towel?
Don't even touch it.
Don't even touch it.
Physical. Don't let it touch my skin.
Use like a towel. Use something to like cover it up, and then take it as far away from you as possible.
Like the trash or
in
burn
the forest
it?
preserve. Like throw it away, far from you.
Is there another way to get rid of that without doing all that?
What's it called?
Like, can you just do a regular cleanse?
A regular cleanse. I would definitely recommend.
Or no?
Because destroying it could. Because I've read mixed things about destroying the actual thing, because it could, like, make it more worse for you.
Good, Danny.
I was gonna say, like, if you do destroy it, like, it could get worse for you, but again, with how you mentioned protection is a really big part of it, too. Like, praying to your ancestors, to your spirit guides.
Isn't burning it, would burning it be a good one?
I would say, yeah, that too. I was gonna say destroy, but just really, just throwing.
Nothing's happening. It's a precaution. It's a precaution.
He's getting ready, just in case.
But yeah, just making sure that it's far away from you as possible.
Okay. Yeah, because our friend also said like healing spells, because they do that in Mexico to heal the sick. Is that like more?
Yeah, so what is it? You have witches herbal witches down there. They'll literally like come up with the little concoctions, and that's where their cauldron comes from and stuff like that. That's where what's it called? I guess the witchcraft comes from. It's really just these older ladies knowing the natural properties of certain herbs. There's natural remedies, you know, it's good for you.
Medicine,
yeah, exactly.
True.
They're just medicine women.
True.
That's all that it is.
My mom's dad said, like, he didn't believe in any of that, but he said he saw, like, witches on actual brooms in Mexico.
My mom said
like,
that when
laughing and stuff, yeah.
My mom said when she was in Mexico, she saw a witch holding a pig. and flying across the world.
Holy shit.
I was like, that's fucking crazy. But yeah. You know how I mentioned my mom is also spiritually gifted, but she doesn't really dabble into it much because at a younger age she did have a really bad experience when she was in Mexico. In the town that she was at the time, I think that lived like 2 miles down the road from her was like the local witch and stuff. And I think after her experience with her aunt and her father, word was getting around that she had these experiences. And so she told me that one day there was a random cat that her little brother liked to pick up strays, you know, and would sometimes bring home strays. That one night there was this one cat that he just recently brought home, was acting really weird, and at night she was sleeping, and all of a sudden at one point it just became really hard for her to breathe, you know, and she woke up to the cat staring at her right in her face.
Tell me.
And what is it, that her mom, at the time she was sleeping in the same with her mom, and the mom woke up, saw it, and said, like, pinche gato, and like kicked the cat, right? And but that her mom said that she saw the cat taking out like this little black, like it was black something coming out of my mom's mouth into the cat. So they think it was the witch trying to take her gift. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. So that's why when my mom found out that I was getting into like this stuff, she was just like, "Can you please not?" She was like, "Can you please be careful?" I was like, "That's fine." But yeah.
Our friend said that his mom said in Guatemala supposedly there are brujas in the town that scare and try to take kids, so they try to burn things to keep them away. Not exactly sure what they burned.
Incense, maybe?
That makes sense. Incense, herbs, different things to probably keep the evil spirits at bay, for protection too. People like to burn rosemary. People like to burn sage to get rid of like that negative energy.
Yeah. Alright, so there's a story that he has to tell, because I don't even know about it. I never even heard about this, that my mom told him. So if you want to say it, because apparently I'm cooked.
Let me hear it.
Well, I asked my mom, just because I was like watching the TikTok and they were talking about like, how can you prove that you're Mexican? It was like one of those videos. And they were talking about duendes. I was like, damn, that's something. That's scary.
I've had experiences with duendes.
Duendes? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, those are scary. But no, I was asking my mom, it's like, what were you scared of when you were a kid? And she was like, brujas. Because her mom, I guess, had a lot of kids. There's a lot of them. But she had a kid, and then there was this one, like, bruja that they knew, like the local bruja, I guess. She would come by to their house and, like, start sucking on the wall. Yeah, so, like, I'm trying to think of everything she said. But she'll be, like, sucking on the wall, and every time they'll have the baby crying. It wouldn't stop for anything until they would finally go outside, see her sucking on the wall, like, tell her to go away and everything. The baby would finally stop crying. So that then happened to my mom also, because that was her mom that it happened to. So that happened to my mom when he was born.
Really?
Yeah. So she was saying that she would come by the house, suck on the house. I think one time she was in the room and she was saying like that black stuff was absorbing it from Juan and shit.
You
I was
might
like,
be
oh my
spiritually
god.
gifted then.
There we go.
But
it was coming out of me?
I think so, yeah. Like someone seeing that shit. And they're like, yo, get the fuck out of here. But,
you got, get out!
There has to be some truth to it then, because that's it sounds very similar.
It's in the same family.
Yeah. But the way they got rid of it is through baptism. So that's when she finally stopped coming around. And then, like, also, like, that lady would come by, she's like, you better make sure your kids are baptized or I'm coming back.
Damn.
The witch?
That was a threat? Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's kind of stupid.
The brujeria.
Like, why would she, I mean...
Or, like, not, like, you better make sure, it's like, are they baptized yet?
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Yeah. Because you're pretty much giving them the way out. No, like, that's kind of stupid. Okay.
Yeah.
You almost got cooked, but there was almost no podcast to this day if it weren't for the Bruja.
Yeah, for real.
Alright, why would you say these? Would you say that's like a malevolent witch?
For sure. That doesn't even sound like a good person in general.
Yeah, but
baby's crying. No, she doesn't want to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa,
Sucking on a wall.
It's because some of these witches, you know, they're powerful. They're greedy. They want more. You know,
power.
more
So
energy.
why would they practice evil? Like, what's
there to gain?
Well,
I mean, same person with like a businessman, trying to gain control of like the government, you know.
More power,
more money, more greed, more
but
everything.
does that apply to a witch?
I think
like
so.
in Mexico, money, greed.
I feel like with witch, I think it comes with like I think there might be something a little bit more like energy, maybe to look younger, maybe to like stuff like that, you know.
Is that why they go after like, I guess babies?
Yeah, sucking on babies.
Well,
I think that was her goal. To suck
like,
suck on the baby.
I feel like they would go for the kids because they're more innocent, they're more pure. That's more to take.
It's just their energy is better. It's cleaner. It's pure. Yeah.
Compared to like someone like you.
Alright, so what would be the difference between like blood magic and like dark magic? That's from what I see from like TV shows and.
Yeah, I want to say dark magic. It's definitely gonna be more. I want to say it has more of a negative connotation to it. Blood magic, it can be used for either or. You can use blood magic for good or bad, you know. It really depends.
Yeah.
Really, it really depends on just the person practicing.
So there's a long story right here.
Damn, boy.
Duendes, bro.
Alright,
you ever have any gnome stories?
Gnome stories? Duendes?
Yeah.
There was this one time when I was a little girl. I sleep with the lights on. I don't like sleeping in the dark, right? So I had my nightlight on, sleeping, and bro, it was like I had this room, bed, right, and then I had the drawer. I had a drawer, and it was like a pretty tall drawer. I kept I had a doll collection. I like to keep dolls in their box because fuck dolls. I don't like dolls.
Them too.
But yeah, no. Ever since Chucky, I don't trust dolls. So I keep all my dolls in like a box, far away and back in the closet kind of thing. But anyways, what is it? There was a drawer. I had my dolls up here, and it was like I saw a shadow, a little small humanoid shadow, run across the fucking drawer. I immediately jumped out of bed and ran into my parents' room, and I was like, I'm sleeping with you guys tonight. But no, oh my god, it was so weird. I see it so vividly in my mind too.
Yeah.
The shadow, the little pointy hat, like it was like a little humanoid running, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? So yeah.
What is that?
What is that? Like, oh my god.
You want to read the story, Kiki?
Alright, real quick, before that, the one that, what would that even be considered? Like, obviously it's like a gnome, and the duende is the name for it, but...
Like an elf.
Yeah, like an elf. Would that be...
I heard that duendes like to take kids as well.
And that's what I heard.
Like
too.
my dad told me a story that how he encountered one. Like, the story with me, I was with my dad at the time. But he also told me he had another story with...
It took you.
He was well, my dad's from Peru, he was born in Peru, but he was walking down the street and this little like humanoid figure was like trying to like lure him in. But he was already like, his parents already told him like don't go to anyone who's trying to lure you in, especially someone small like that, and it was like late at night. And then my story is I was sleeping over my stepmom's sister's house, which is in Romeoville. And then we were inflating beds, like, you know, just inflatable beds, because we were all sleeping. It was like a big party. We were all just sleeping there because everyone was sleeping. So then they were inflating the beds through the car because it was just an inflate. They had to do it through the car. It wasn't an outlet. It was one of those voltage ones through the car. So they did that, and then my stepmom tells my dad, she's like, "Oh, look at all those little kids coming out of that house," and it was like a group of like 11 kids through like the ages of like little this was like, it was already like 12. It was already like late. Like no one should be out at this time. And then my dad goes, those aren't kids, those are duendes, get inside. So then everybody goes inside, and then we all just start sharing like ghost stories. Everyone was like, so that was my experience with duendes.
So you seen these motherfuckers?
Yeah.
That's scary. That's wild. Yeah. What do they look like?
They just look like regular kids, but it was just from afar. So they just came, they all just started walking out of a house. Like, cause like this is Romeoville, so like if you were aware of Romeoville, like all the houses are kind of like separated. Like
it's more spaced out.
Yeah, exactly. Cause these are like bigger houses and more like yard, so it was like kind of hard to see it, and it was dark. It was like late at night, and yeah, we just kind of went back inside. No one went out, and we just started sharing more stories and stories.
Wow.
Yeah, cause I thought the duendes just like take your money and stuff. Like
maybe.
I've heard that duendes snatch up little kids, but they fuck around with the older people because they can't do shit to us. But with little kids, they're more susceptible.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They take one sock out of the dryer.
They be moving the Benjamin around. I'm like, where the fuck?
The Benji.
They be hitting that shit. Move that back.
So you think they're like, I wouldn't say like spirits, but like something else? Because people say they might be like interdimensional.
I believe that. You know what? That makes sense. I think those like creatures, all those like weird mystical things, probably make sense. Be in a different physical realm than just like, maybe we have little ports, maybe little
portals.
Portals, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a story. We'll tell a scoop story next, but there's a story in Mexico where there was a musician like going home, and he found these like duendes. And, hey, you want money? So he followed the duendes into I guess their realm, and when he finally left, so for him it felt like 5 minutes or whatever time it was, but 16 years or so passed, or X amount of years passed.
Yeah.
And his wife's like, "Where were you? I thought you were dead."
Oh
He's like, "What are you talking about? I just came from my show."
Yeah. Wild. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I believe that. The little time pockets and stuff like that.
Yeah, right. The scoop story. Bro was typing.
So if you go back to the house and there's like 12 grown men now.
Alright, so his story is, my mom told me a story of her childhood about a duende. She says that when she was little, she went to bed and shared a room with 3 sisters. She says that apparently duendes were causing trouble and scaring people in the town. She claims that when she went to bed, her hair was down and had nothing in her hair. When she woke up in the middle of the night, she's hurt because her sister saw something was braiding her hair. When she screamed, a little duende left through the window and were giggling.
That's wild. Yeah.
Fucking gooners.
Get the what? Get the fuck out of here.
Just goons, not gooners. Goons.
You guys want another water?
No, thank you. I'm okay.
Water.
I'm good.
Actually, I might need to use the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's the one.
Yeah.
Upstairs might be nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll be back.
Alright, Scoop, if you got any other more questions, you just line them up right now. That's their little break. What do you think of this story so far? Duendes, they real or nah?
Is Danny cooked?
Is Danny cooked? He might be cooked. Every story's like, nah, I'm not gonna eat cooked.
Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie, you cooked. Fucking AirPod back in and everything. So this is the Wonder You podcast. Taking a little break for them. If you got any questions, you can just say it now. We'll get right into it. Because we talked a lot about spiritualism. Because you're skeptical, right? About all that still?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if she pulled out the Ouija board, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where, like, I don't know if I'll believe it, but I don't necessarily want to Yo,
got his
okay,
undies in the bathroom floor.
Chill.
She didn't even want to look in there, bro.
No, she used it earlier before we started.
Oh, in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, she used the bathroom, but since we're all here,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
she
that's
just go
true.
upstairs, like, which is fine. I was just saying in general, this guy talking about, he got his undies on the floor. Chill, buddy.
She gonna find the hellhound upstairs though. Cliffy.
Facts. Cliffy barked like one time and then stopped. Went away.
Yeah, scared, but I heard him crying though.
No. Yeah, so Pac, where my mods at? You barely came up right now, boy. Come on now. And like, cause yeah, it's one of those things where I don't really know if I believe it, but am I gonna take the chance? Like you said, like, well, I don't believe in the Ouija board, but she pulls one out, and she starts.
Yeah, I want to do that. I'll do this.
Put on. Turn on the other camera.
Me?
Yeah, we're just gonna show the cards.
Yo, I didn't get the notification. It's the tarot cards. Don't touch them. You might get something.
Yeah, I was gonna show you, but I don't want to touch them. Look how scary this camera look, bruh. You wouldn't believe. Number 5. See if we get an aerial view. So yeah, those are the tarot cards. We'll probably do those soon. Pretty interesting.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no, buddy. Work it. Work it, buddy.
Don't need that EMF reader.
T-Sway is bad cooked. Oh, okay, but nah, it's finally made this time. Come on, now.
You got the Mexican blanket.
Yeah, Pac, you got any ghost stories? What's up? Yo, I didn't get the nutty. Boy, I told you at 4 I was gonna do the pod, but 4:46. We started a little early, but still.
Yeah. I was trying to get you to tell the alien story.
Which alien story?
At the cemetery?
Oh, I'll tell that next.
That's what I was like, you believe in aliens?
Oh, where you could've... Hey, you got a story? Oh yeah, I'll tell the alien story. He doesn't believe it to this day.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was aliens, but maybe it is.
Yeah, like, I can't say for sure if it's aliens, but I can't tell you I've ever seen anything like that ever again since, or, well, because it's not 100% I could be like, oh, it was aliens, but it's not 0, because we've never seen that ever again.
True, but also you're not looking at night.
But the times that we have, or in general, so it's like...
but
Sorry?
Lethal in the chat. Yeah, he said he doesn't believe in nothing until he experienced something. Until that shit is not real.
I respect that.
Yeah, because we're talking about, like... Because he was saying that he doesn't really believe in stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
But he wouldn't want to try it. Like, if you were to pull out the Ouija board, like, he's not going to do it.
Oh, yeah. Fuck no. because he knows deep down inside.
Could be real.
It might be real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? I feel like I've had too many questionable experiences where I'm like, that's shouldn't physically be happening,
Yeah.
kind of thing, you know?
Because I had something like that. It's probably when I was in high school, maybe? I don't even know. So, one of our parents' friends had like a little girl. She was probably Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
How old when she was here? Like 5, maybe 4.
No, I'm not sure. We've seen her since she was a baby. I don't know
Yeah.
when your story takes place.
She's probably like 4. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But she had a toy that will like say like phrases if you touch it. So it's by itself. Like they already put it down, and I'm walking away. You know how you came up the stairs in the main room upstairs?
Yes.
So once I got up that stairs, all I heard is "Heaven is fun too." Like no one's there, and I just.
You're like, okay, whatever you say.
I was like, no one touched it, and it just said it.
Scary.
That shit was a little freaky.
Would you say that you experience things a lot?
Not as frequently, but the things that I did is like what I told you.
Mm-hmm.
It's Because I'll have like sleep paralysis every once in a while, and that shit's scary.
I hate sleep paralysis so much. I used to get them really bad in high school.
Yeah.
Like literally every night, like for a month. Like it was horrible.
Yeah, because people were saying, because I saw a documentary on Netflix. It hasn't been on Netflix since when they put it on Netflix. It's been like many years, but they're saying sleep paralysis is literally your body going to sleep, but your mind's awake. So it's just, that's like the science one. The other one is
just REM sleep.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like I don't know for sure, but that's like the more science like explanation to that. The other one is a shadow person, or / a demon like sitting on your chest.
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard
the
that
other
one.
one. And then
just a big ass pressure on your chest.
Yeah, because it's when you ever had it, sleep paralysis?
I had a weight on my chest, but it was just a cat. No, they just kind of just chill there.
Yeah. And then the third one in that docu-series was saying it's aliens, that they come and they take your ass. You can't remember it.
Interesting.
But those were like the three, like, the things, which is, I don't know.
Interesting. I've had one experience when in high school where it would happen a lot because I would sleep on my belly. I had a problem where I would sleep on my stomach, and so when I would get into the sleep paralysis, I would literally be my stomach, and I would have like my head like staring like out. And at the time I was living in the basement of the house, and what's it called? I remember it's like falling asleep, right, and then suddenly being jolted, like awake. Like that's how it feels. It's like suddenly you're waking up, but you're not able to move, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember this one time, it was like I heard whispering. It was like the whole room was like people talking, and I was like, what the fuck? And it felt like someone was staring at me, but I can see the whole room, and no one's in there. But I can feel people staring at me.
Presence.
And I can hear something. I'm like, what is that? And I can, there is this pressure on my back because I'm sleeping on my stomach. So it's like I'm trying to like turn, but I can't. And it's, oh my god, it was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you let it happen, or?
I learned, because it would happen so frequently, I learned to focus on moving like my hand right away.
That's how I wake up. Or my toes. I just.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just until I can move again, and I'll do a prayer, and then I'll sleep fine after that.
Yeah.
No, I always.
Start doing that.
Well, I'm up like around 4 in the morning every day because of work, and then I get off at 1. But every day I always like to take a little nap. But every time I take that nap, I always have like a bad dream or like some type of. It's just a bad dream. I just can't sleep well. Like I've always had like bad.
It's very vivid.
Like just nightmares after nightmares. Like I'd have it like, cause I ride a motorcycle, but I have a dream where I'm going blind while I'm riding, and it's like very scary. Cause well, if I can't see while I'm driving, then. Or I had one where like I'm in my room, and like, well, this is kind of almost like the same layout.
That's good.
But there's like, besides that, that's just a closet.
Yeah.
And I'd be here, and I just see like somebody staring at me, and then I get up in the dream. I go, and then she runs right past me, and she goes hide somewhere else in the house, and then I actually wake up.
Scary.
Yeah, I have a lot of like bad dreams while like I take naps.
Yeah, that's scary.
You think? Do you know who Joey Badass is?
Yes.
So he said it happens to him that it's like a gift. He said you're supposed to let it happen, and that's how you astral project, and you feel like.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard that sleep paralysis is like the beginning stage of astral projection. Have you guys ever had that experience before?
No.
Astral projection?
No, I kind of just go back to sleep.
I heard it was bad. I heard it's scary. I heard if you don't get back to your body, then you're...
Okay.
Yeah, you could.
Cause that's the story for Insidious.
Yeah, there's. I actually have had like an out of body experience like that. Like what's it called? It was when I was really young though. I was like middle school, maybe elementary school, but I think it was elementary school. It was elementary school because I do remember it was like sleeping, and then all of a sudden I was able to look at things in a third person view. So I was able to see myself and like, but okay, this was interesting because I was flying. So I was like kind of like floating.
Projecting.
And it was like seeing the world, you know, as it is, but it was more gray. It was more like gray, dark bluish. It was like as if like you know how that blue tint the sky gets like right before the sun comes up, and it's still just it's still dark but blue.
Yeah.
It was like that. And that's how it was the entire time. And I remember just being able to fly over the neighborhood and going to like my school and seeing the elementary school and seeing the park and like the park and everything, and just being like, oh, this is so cool, I can see everything, like, and just being like really aware of it, you know. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait, time to go back. So I went back. Just the whole flying experience too, like it felt real. Like I felt the air through like my body. Like it was a definitely a really interesting experience. Yeah, that's the only time I like ever like astral projected. But yeah.
So you just went back to your body, or you just woke up?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like I went back. I remember being on top of my house. I remember looking at the roof and then waking up, and that's it. So yeah.
Okay.
And then there was this other one time. I was high off LSD, actually.
I heard. Was it your first time, or was it?
It was kind of.
It's okay. It's okay. We don't judge you.
It was oh gosh, I honestly don't know how many times I've done it before, but
What? Are we allowed to do it
On Twitch?
Yeah, I think you're good.
Okay.
I don't, as long as we're not doing it, I think.
Okay.
But what is it? Yeah, I remember being in the car, because we were smoking. We weren't.
I believe LSD is the most spiritual, or is it shrooms?
Shrooms. I feel like shrooms is definitely more natural. LSD is too
science.
It's too intense, too overwhelming, too much sometimes. Mushrooms is where you can slowly, gradually, like, feel it out. I feel like, how do I people say that mushrooms is more of like a body high, while acid is more of like a head high. Because with acid, you really get stuck in your head. Like, you really get stuck in your head. While mushrooms, you feel, your senses are heightened, you know? So it's a really elevated, like, body high. But off of LSD, though, I remember it was just I think I was, like, peeking again. And I remember laying back and just kind of, like, closing my eyes and taking a breath, right? I shit you not. Like, I literally felt my body lift off. And I thought I was floating. But it was like, again, third person view. It felt like I saw my, like, shadow, or like the ghost shell of like myself, like kind of like lifting off. And I was aware of it. I was aware, and I felt it lifting, like my soul, my body, whatever, lifting. And immediately was like, I jerked back because I was like, no.
To get it back?
Yeah, I like immediately went, no, come back, like, you know. But yeah, it was definitely a really interesting experience.
Reverse astral projecting, I guess.
Yeah.
You see it go away.
But yeah.
So I know a lot of people who tend to do like the drugs are like more into like festivals, like what kind of like other festivals and drugs have you been or done?
I've been to North Coast, EDC, I've been to Heatwave, Sueños. I like all festivals. I like, you know, all music. I listen to my music like on shuffle. So I'll have like Beso Bluma playing, and then I'll have like some country music playing, then I have some theater music playing. So I listen to all types of music.
And while you go to these festivals, do you take it?
I used to do, what's it called? I used to do MDMA, I used to do acid.
Where does MDMA fall in within like all these like spiritual drugs?
I don't think it's a...
Spiritual?
I don't think it's a spiritual drug. It's more like a feel-good kind of drug. I think MDMA or like ecstasy or Molly, they're like, I think they're called uppers. I'm not too familiar. But what's it called? Yeah, I don't think they really have like a spiritual connection. Like, I don't think people use it to get a spiritual connection like mushrooms does, or acid.
What about the peyote? Or
I never done that before.
No.
I'm not too familiar with that either.
What's that?
Isn't it like a drink? Like a cactus,
yeah.
no? Mm-hmm.
Basically like a type of like cause you seem like a nature elixir basically.
Mm-hmm. It's
and
like
they have like shamans to guide you.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're saying, because I would watch it on Joe Rogan, the other podcast, they were talking about it's that, or, I don't know if it was that or LSD, but they'll see, this coming from like people who will do it, they'll see like these like elves, duendes in those while doing that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard, is it ayahuasca?
Yeah, that's what it's called, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That one, peyote, DMT, I heard, is another one.
That was a crazy one.
That one's a really crazy one.
Because I had a friend who did that. He said that he saw himself being born.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've heard stories of people doing oh god, what was the one that I just mentioned? The DMT, and they say that they have been like transported somewhere and they're talking to like aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like just weird, like crazy
I think that's what it's called.
visualizations.
DMT elves. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a whole other. That's what I was saying. Like duendes might be like interdimensional some type of way.
Yeah.
Or I have no idea, but.
Interesting. I can see that being being.
That's
like,
what they call them, DMT elves.
Yeah.
That people like will see it, but I guess everyone's experience is different, so I wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because they were saying a story where they did ayahuasca like in Egypt, and they have the shaman there to guide you, but there's someone else there that tries to like absorb your energy, and they had to get him out of there. Like, yo, you can't be here, can't do that here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh yeah, I actually just recently befriended this guy that came into the dispensary a lot. I work at a dispensary, so there was this guy came in and he had really great energy, and we just started talking about spirituality. I don't know how we got into it, but he was like, I knew I liked you, like, because we would just talk about tarot and spirituality, and he was really into going to different places and doing the spiritual retreats and going to shamans and getting that experience, you know. Back in April, unfortunately, we found out that he went missing. So we were like, where did he go, you know?
Oh my god.
So I was actually friends with his sister, that I wasn't aware about. We like followed each other on Instagram, and I was like, what? And that's how I found out, because I guess I was following his sister, and his sister posted the missing picture, and I was like, yo, I know him. Like, he comes into the shop, like, we talked, like, what the fuck, what happened, you know? And she was telling me that they found his car like an hour down south, abandoned. They don't know where he is, like all that stuff. But right before he went missing, he was talking to me about how he wanted to go on a retreat. He wanted to go do something, do like a retreat, or like something about his like past lives. He was like he was really diving deep into like who he was in a past life, right? So I was like, okay, cool, interesting, you know, I love that for you. And he was a really like big woo-woo. Like I'm a pretty big woo-woo person, but he was bigger, you know.
Woo-woo as in like spiritual?
Yeah,
okay.
like woo-woo, believing in like all that good stuff. And he was like, what is it? She was telling me that, that he went missing and everything, and I was like, that's fucking crazy. Like, I hope he's okay.
How long was this?
This was back in April. And then, I want to say like a month later, she reached out to me and asked me if I could do a tarot reading on him, to see if he's okay. So I was like, okay, let's check it out. You know, they had already went to, I guess, in their family, one of their cousins. Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Just really be coming up. Anyways, one of her cousins had gotten a tarot reader too and asked him if, you know, if he was okay, if their cousin was good. And that tarot reader said that that it seems like with the way the cards are saying that it looks like he had overdosed or something. Like something happened that he overdosed and that he did pass on. And so I was like, damn, like that's crazy. Yeah. You know? So I was like, whenever someone comes up to me and asks me about a missing person, because this isn't the first time someone has come up to me and asked me if I can pull cards on a missing person. So I really am skeptical. I feel like it's sometimes touchy, it's sensitive, you know. I don't want to give false hope, especially. I think that's the one main thing, you know. Even though like I've gotten what's it called? Plenty of like readings come out true. I still, you know, especially on a sensitive topic like that, you know. So, but I was like, you know what? Let's try it, because I feel like I had more of a connection with him because we did know each other and stuff like that, while the other tarot reader didn't, you know. So I was like, let's try it out. So in the reading, you know, one of the main questions I asked was if he was okay. Where is he at? What's going on? You know. In the reading, it mentioned that he did OD. That it did feel like an OD. It did feel like whatever he was doing, it was too much of what he was doing, you know. And it also felt like he was with people that didn't know what they were doing too, and that's what made it worse. In the reading, it mentioned that it felt like he was sleeping. The energy didn't feel like he had passed on. I was like, I don't feel like there was a death or anything like that. This feels, I remember in the reading, it was like sleeping. Like that was the main thing. It was like sleep. That's the main word that just kept coming up. And I was like, I wonder if he's in a coma. I wonder if he's like in a induced coma or something. When taking so much of that, like, you know, sometimes you just end up, in an induced coma, you know. So, so that's what I told them. I was like, I don't think he's passed on. I think he's sick. I think he needs attention. Like, I think he needs help. I don't think the people that he's with knows what they're doing is actually, like, doing things for the right reasons. It felt like money was a issue too. That's something about money. But yeah, I told him, I was like, I don't think he's gone. I think he's still here. I think it's okay to have a little hope, you know. A month later, he came back. And yeah. Okay. And he showed up, and he was really skinny. He came back, and she told me that
he was sick. He was in need. He needed the help that you were talking about.
Okay. That he couldn't walk by himself, but he was very sick, very skinny, couldn't walk by himself, and said that he confessed that he was trying to do like a past life recession or something like that. So he was doing like a session or like working with people and stuff like that. Yeah. But it looked like something went wrong. Yeah. So.
And you do stuff like with I guess other type of people that do the same thing as you do?
What do you mean?
Or like well, let's say like witch stuff you do with other witches.
Oh, like covens? Like
yeah, covens, Sabbath stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't really work with anyone else. It's kind of just like a one-woman show. I would love to be in a coven. I would love to work with other witches and like learn from them. But right now, it's all self-taught. It's all like my own research, all my practice and stuff like that. I do follow a big community online, you know, following other like people that practice as well and share their interests and knowledge and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Let's see.
Any questions? I kind of want to get into the cards now. after this story.
All right. Do you know the history of these tarot cards?
Yeah, actually,
Can you tell us how they work and like history and all of this?
Yeah.
Pull up the. Show this.
So what's it called? With the cards, there's 78 cards.
I don't know what's in it.
There's 78 cards.
Closer to
the. And what's it called? Each card is different. No card has the same imagery. They're all different stories in each single one. And that's basically how I tell these things. It's like a story being told within the images, you know? And it's your story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it works like, so like, I've had that one friend who was, she also read my cards. You can, I've heard like when you mix it and like you mess up, that's a sign as well.
Yeah, so people have different ways of like shuffling. Some people will like shuffle, break the deck in 3, and do it like that. What I personally like to do is just kind of shuffle.
Should we just do it?
And then wait until the card pops out.
All right.
So does that count as somebody, or is that just?
Yeah. So with the.
Is that mine, or is that?
What's it called? This is just a card in general that just popped out. Unless you want it to be.
I don't know.
All right. Have you ever seen the movie Nightmare Alley?
No, I don't think I have.
All right, that's a good ass movie. I recommend you guys watch it. It's with Bradley Cooper. It's basically about like carnies, like that life back in the day. And they do there's a scene where they do the tarot cards, and they said, all right, they flip 2 whatever. I forgot how it goes. They flip 2 and they're like, all right, are you sure you want to flip the 3rd card? Because the 3rd card, that means it's a lock into your destiny or whatever. Is that how that works too?
There's some people that do that as well.
Every time it drops, it scares the shit out of me.
There's people that do that. I have seen some practitioners that will have one card laying facing down, and then will ask you like, do you want to flip it? I'm like, yeah, duh. Let me see what it says. The fuck.
Yeah.
But me personally, I don't do that. I'll let you know. What I like to believe is, and what I like to tell clients too when it comes to tarot readings, and like, especially when people are kind of nervous and a little scared, you know. I tell people that nothing is ever set in stone. You know, we have the power of choice. We have the power of free will. You know, and
so then, what do the cards?
It gives us knowledge. It gives us wisdom. It helps us.
So I can change everything. So let's say. I mean, for example, it says I might get a new career, or something bad might happen, or something bad might happen to my family. I can change it all with what I do in the within the steps.
You're now aware of what might or could happen. Now it's your ability and your chance to change it for the better.
Okay. Who's going first?
You? Yeah, because my fear was always getting death or the hangman.
And see, the death card, and that everyone is usually scared of the death card.
I heard death was good.
Death is actually really great. It's a sign of transformation. It's a sign of change.
Yeah.
It's a sign of rebirth. Like, thinking of it as like the phoenix.
Okay, so what's the difference between that deck and then the other deck?
Oh, so this deck, so I have a lot of different decks. This deck I like to use because it has keywords. It has like beauty. There's
on first, huh?
Forgiveness. What's it called? I like to use these just to give a more like in-depth like idea of what the cards could be talking about.
What's more traditional? Those?
These. This is actually my first deck ever. This was the first deck that I started practicing with and everything. Yeah. And it's so funny, this card, because I actually just recently got a tattoo. And I didn't realize it at first. It's a tarot card, the star.
That's Tommy.
But the star is also the same star as the tarot card.
Shit.
I didn't notice at first until like afterwards.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's cool.
So I was like, that's so cute.
Alright, who's going first? I'll go first. I could go first.
Alright. I just use the bathroom.
I gotta use the bathroom.
So, one of y'all just talk about whatever.
Alright.
I was like, can I read the comments?
Yeah. If you want,
so you just sit there, talk to the chat.
Yeah.
Just hover over the. There you go. And
Yeah, so that's what we were saying earlier.
Yeah, you want to go all the way to.
Turn that one off for now.
It's also right here too, if you just want to scroll.
Yeah. So yeah, you just scroll there.
I'll be right back.
So if you want to go all the way to the top, just scroll, and then it doesn't have a time step, does it?
No, I don't think so. Juan's bed's made that.
if you know,
I was trying to laugh earlier.
Yeah, I was
with
laughing
that.
so hard in the middle of it. I didn't want to seem like I was disrespecting you or doing anything. I was trying to laugh in my
I
own
figured
privacy.
you guys were like looking at the chat, giggling about the chat.
No, yeah, like.
That's too funny.
Bro, gotta say something. Because you said you wanted to use upstairs. I was like, what? Yeah.
That's so funny.
Let's see. Where do you do your readings?
Oh, where do I do? I don't have a physical location. Unfortunately, that's definitely a dream. Would love to have my own location. But for now, I just do everything through emails, video chats, and
I heard that like doing it through technology or doing if it's not face to face, it's not as deep or like not as.
Yeah. What's it called? I actually think that because energy is all around us and like just the way that like we're able to. How do I explain this? Like. You ever think of someone and then all of a sudden they call you or message you and something? Like we're all like connected in a way. So when it comes to reading energy and stuff like that, we don't need to be in the same room to connect. You know.
Okay.
But definitely without a doubt, in person is definitely
it'd be stronger.
Do you read what Scoop said right now?
Yeah, the new one? No, I don't know what that is.
How can someone contact you for a reading?
Oh, I have a website. If you would like to go check out my website, it's cocolabruja.com.
I'll put the link in the video when it's up, so
you type it.
What is it? I post tarot scopes on there, which is a combination of tarot and horoscopes. So tarot scopes.
Yeah.
What's it called? But yeah, I post every month. General readings for all the signs on my website. I have a full menu on there as well with the pricings, and you can book with me on there as well. Or you can message me on social media. But yeah.
And then you said like for horoscopes too, stuff like that. So is that like? So how would you do that? Because that's all aligned with the stars and stuff?
Yeah, so horoscopes are definitely going to be really different from like tarot readings because horoscopes are all astrology based. That's all the planets, that's all like that. And I don't really dabble too much into astrology because that shit's hard. That shit's like, it's a lot. Like you think it's just like the sun signs or like it's just like the planets. But then you have the houses, and then you have the degrees, and then you have the conjunctions, and then here I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is the transit chart right now. This is all astrology, and this is all moving constantly. And this is actually like
show them.
Yes, this is actually like has to do with like math and everything too. You can do proper calculations of like where a planet will be in 50 years, and in 50 years it will be in that exact same spot.
Okay.
What I missed?
You got an ad.
So that's why people.
You gotta subscribe.
So that's what's it called? But yeah, that's how astrologers are able to do predictions because they just kind of do the math and see where the planets are going to be in 50 years and kind of just follow where all the signs are going to be.
Bro, what?
Isn't there a new sign? I heard that there was like a new astrology sign and it completely disrupted everything.
Really? Oh, no, I never heard of it.
Did you hear about it, Christian? Or
No.
I just go fuck myself.
No, but yeah.
I'll put your IG in there so they could see, and I'll put the link in the video.
Yeah.
Once it's out, that way they could just message you.
Yeah. On IG, it's dudeitscorine.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Yeah.
Pin it, if you can.
Does this work on like pets too?
What's it called?
I don't know, like.
Reiki on a pet?
Yes.
Dude, go fix this guy's dog, dude, because this dog is a piece of shit.
Look, I'll show you my princess. What is it? We were doing a Reiki.
Reiki or Reiki?
Reiki. Well, I say both ways. I don't know why I'm like that. I think it's Reiki. I think that's the proper way of saying it. Just like with...
You're the professional.
Just like with tarot. It's tarot, apparently. But I say tarot sometimes, too. So... So good.
Oh, you're a cat. Oh, you're a
Mm-hmm.
cat girl.
I love my baby. It's my baby. And that's when I first got her.
So you can fix their chakras with that?
Mm-hmm.
So how would that work on a...
I mean, that won't work on our dog. Anything touches him, he moves.
But just like us, cats and dogs and all animals also have chakra centers as well. Mm-hmm. I learned that. I found that really interesting when I learned that when I was taking the class for it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who's going first? Annie?
Who's first?
Annie, I guess.
All right, turn it up.
Very exciting. All right. Well, I always like to ask, do you have a specific question in mind, or are you just curious to see where your current energy is at this time?
I have a specific question.
Perfect.
But I'd rather not share it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that too.
Okay.
So if you would
there
like
or
to,
Like that. Yeah.
if you would like
we'll
to
see.
think your question, focus in on it. I'll connect with you and see what the cards have to say. Okay. Again.
Focus on the cards. Focus on the cards.
Yeah, man.
Alright, let's see. Okay. Okay.
How many cards is it supposed to be?
I like to pull
Just
3.
cards.
At first? Or
Yes, I like to pull 3 at first, just to be what you need to know, what you need to be aware of the situation, and any advice that Spirit would like to share with you at this time to help you make a better choice in the path that you're on. And then, if anything, if we do get kind of like stuck on something, I'll pull up another card for clarification. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So right away, I'll face it for you. So your first card was the 10 of Cups, which is actually a really beautiful, beautiful card. It's all about something ending. It's a chapter ending. Has to do with finding emotional fulfillment within something. This feels like it has to do with a family, actually. And it feels like something... With the Justice card here, I wonder if this is something that you have to go through with court. I don't know if the law, paperwork, or something official had to be signed or something like that.
Danny, maybe.
But there's something here that had to be done to be put officially, to be like officially like, okay, set in stone, no breaking out of this kind of thing. With the 10 of Cups here, again, I sense that there's something here that's bringing you emotional fulfillment, something that's bringing you happiness, something that's brightening your world, making it more colorful, making it, like, I'm hearing, like, living the dream, like, you know, you got that white picket fence, you got that house in the background, you have that stream going with the flow kind of thing. I'm seeing with the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, you are letting go of keeping yourself locked in. You're letting go of keeping yourself introverted. Like, I feel like you're really wanting to put yourself back out there, really wanting you to kind of like give yourself more opportunities instead of staying in. Letting go of fears of intimacy, getting like close with people. I feel like there's a fear of like connecting with someone on a deeper level, but now like it's going away. Like you want to connect with someone in a deeper level. You want a connection. It feels like, I feel like there's something here, like you want to connect with something. And with the Justice card here, I feel like this happened. I feel like I'm gonna pull a card here for gift. Yeah, it feels like this was like maybe happening during Libra season. This could have happened during like the end of September. No. end of August, beginning September, I want to say. Like around that time. August or September. I feel like something happened that like really like kind of pushed you to like really go after this. Is this resonating?
He's searching.
No.
No?
Sorry, no.
Okay. Okay.
Because what I don't know, none of this is just really click. This one kind of gives me something, but the other two, it's
not really connecting, not really resonating.
Nothing justice. I have nothing official going on.
Nothing that has to do with like paperwork, checks and balances, like, and not even in a sense that has to do with like the law, but something that has to do with like making something of it, like paperwork, important paperwork that has to be done, to be filed, or like because it feels like
okay, now I kind of okay, I gotta say no.
Again, Danny's cooked.
No,
it does feel like with this it feels like there's something here that you had to do, like you had to like sign and give it, like it feels like maybe not in a physical sense, but in like something that like you had to be like, okay, like I'll do this, and you like actually like giving the person, or like not giving the person, but giving your energy to this life, to what you want, which is like, it feels like
something that'll make me
something that's gonna bring you emotional fulfillment. I'm gonna pull one more card as a clarification. Okay, with the Two of Swords in reverse, it feels like you have already made your decision. This is something that's already been done. This is something that like you kind of like set your eyes to. It feels like, yeah, this feels like something that you're like really set in stone to do. Like you're like, I need to get this done, or like this needs to get done, or like I feel like you're kind of not forcing it, but like it feels like you really want to get out of this habit of like keeping yourself closed off, of keeping yourself when I say closed off, as in like not wanting to go out, maybe go out with friends, or going out on a date, or like going out to apply to a job, or like doing this, like there's something here that like it feels like you didn't want, or like not didn't want, but like it felt like you were scared to actually like bring yourself to do. But now I feel like you're letting go of that fear. There's something here that happened mentally within yourself that was like no, like you were kind of like fed up, and you're like, no, I need to get this done, like I need to push myself to like
Say, yep, I know where this is going.
to do that.
That's what Scoop said.
But yeah,
how many cards is there in a deck?
78.
And you like memorize all of them, or how does that work?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, not memorize all of them, because with tarot cards are really interesting, because one person might read it one way, but another person might pick up something else and read it a different way. You know, it really depends on like the person, the imagery, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Accurate, close.
I could see where it's coming from. This one, at first, these two were like not hitting, and then this one was like, maybe.
Sometimes with this one, it doesn't necessarily mean a happy ending. It just means that a chapter is closing, that something is ending, you know, and you moving on for the better. But it feels like you're moving on, wanting better for yourself, wanting that rainbow, wanting that colorful lifestyle, it feels like.
Does this concern love, or something materialistic, or something
this feels
internal. I mean, yeah.
With the Four of Pentacles, this one's for sure eternal. With the fear of like the fear of putting yourself out there, or like allowing yourself to share the deeper parts of you. Nothing surface level. Like actually delve deep.
Do they all connect, or is it? So this is all talking about one thing. Skeptical.
Yeah.
Very skeptical.
But it is physical. It does feel like this is something that has to do with physical. It feels like because there's the swords here, it is mental, and the cups represent emotions. So the cups, emotions, swords represent mental state, and then pentacles represent the physical state, material world, realm. And then you also have there's the other one, the wands. Interesting. Interesting. What's it called? 5, 6, 7. So this is the Seven of Wands. Wands are going to represent action and external things happening to you. So this cups, swords, and pentacles are mostly going to be yourself. Wands are always going to represent your external sources. So what people are doing to you. So actually it's funny that I put this out, because with the Seven of Wands, it represents that someone being very defensive. You see how the person is like being attacked and kind of like what's it called? He's on top. He's kind of like fighting back with all these other people trying to give maybe their 2 cents, maybe their opinions, their sayings, their ideas, and whatever. But this person's fighting back. This is like, no, I want things to go my way. This is my way or the highway, sir, kind of thing. But yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
But that's what these cards represent. It's very like, yeah, it's very interesting. Sometimes I want to say readings might not resonate right away. Most of the time I've noticed that readings will either talk about the past, they'll talk about the present, or they could talk about the future. It just really depends on on the message that you need to hear at this time. But please feel free to take a picture. If you want to look up the cards later, maybe you'll find like, I know some people like to look up the cards later and do their own research on their cards, and they find messages when looking up the cards that resonate with them as well.
Okay, who's next?
I'll do it.
Hot Box is next. Scoop said if you could come later. Yeah, you could come.
Is it after work?
After work.
At 9?
At 9. Done.
That's good.
Alright, so do you have a specific question in mind, or are you just curious to see where your current
Just
energy
curious.
is
We'll
at?
see where it goes. I don't have anything.
Alright, perfect. Let's see.
What about poker? Yeah, we do that.
Excuse me. Okay. Alright. Are you an earth sign?
I don't know.
What sign are you?
Scorpio.
You're a Scorpio? Okay. Well, it's your season. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. So the King of Pentacles came out. Right away, my first thought was of a father figure. And I know that resonates.
That's a lot of cards.
A lot of cards came out for you, actually, yeah.
Okay.
I see that. So with the King of Pentacles here, I feel like. Are you a dad?
No.
Okay. All right.
Is he a dad?
I definitely recommend being very careful. Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
No. Interesting. because there's something coming up here about romance. But you're being very protected. Like, there's definitely something here about protection, like, to use protection. With the King of Pentacles represents someone that's like a father figure, someone that is homestead, protects his house, works for his money, grinds all day, you know, is smart with their money. Bit of a homebody, but understands that wealth is important, not just financial wealth, but emotional, physical, and like spiritual wealth. There's some, I feel like someone sees you as this. So I think someone sees you as this King of Pentacles and is like,
as the father figure?
Yeah, they see you as like, he could be a good father. Like he knows how to like take care of the house. He knows how to like
somebody as in
works, like has great work ethic and like is responsible.
A female talking or
with the camera up a little bit. Tommy or Danny, huh?
What's it called? Maybe a female. If you're open to that, or if you're, you know. But I don't see any like, because there's something here with the Judgment card in reverse. With it being in reverse, there's something here that's like being really loud to you. There's something here that wants your attention. There's something here that like okay, because I'm literally picturing someone that's going like, hey, like, I'm literally seeing someone trying to get your attention. I think someone has a crush on you. I think someone like likes you and is like trying to get your attention and being like, hey, talk to me,
I
you
said,
know?
Miss Admin coming soon.
Oh.
New arc, Secret Hus.
But what's it called? Yeah, and with the Strength card here, I'm picking up someone that's like, I feel like it's gonna take. I feel like with the Strength card, it could be a Leo. It could be someone that's like a fire sign. It feels like this person could be very like active, like they're very like out there. They be going out, they be partying maybe.
Extrovert?
Like, extrovert. Very. I am picking someone that's very like extroverted, especially a Leo. Leos are hella out there. Or this could be coming around Leo season, so maybe around next year. I want to say next year. When's Leo season?
Leo's August.
August? I want to say around next year, August then. Maybe get into a relationship. And you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, with that Justice card, it might happen to you next year during Libra season.
What is Libra season?
Libra season's like end of September, beginning of October.
Mods?
Fact check.
When's Libra season?
But yeah.
Where are my mods at?
What's it called? But yeah, I feel like this, you could possibly meeting a little special someone next year around Leo season. I feel like this person with the Namaste card, Namaste means from my heart to yours. I feel like this person really wants to like share like their themselves with you, you know. I am seeing like, I'm seeing romance here. Like I'm really with this Judgment in reverse card, I am really seeing someone like trying to like really catch your attention and like really like.
Libra, September 22nd
you know?
through October 23rd. It's pretty much your birthday. It's just one day before your birthday.
So probably I feel like maybe that's when we might experience all that.
Me or me?
You with yours,
me.
with the Justice card.
Yeah.
But for you, yeah, I'm thinking Leo season. This might happen. I feel like during this time, with the King of Pentacles, I feel like you are gonna get your money up. Get your money up, not your funny up, you know? Okay. I see you, like, making a home for yourself, like, making, like, a home kind of thing. Like, your home is your sanctuary, you know? But yeah.
So pretty much you have a crush and you're gonna get your money up.
Mm-hmm.
Then you might get in a relationship in
next year.
Leo season next year.
I'll pull one more card, okay?
For clarification.
Mm-hmm. The moon. Oh, so actually right now we are going through a full moon. It's funny because in my head I was kind of thinking like, can I get a card to give to you for right now? Mm-hmm. And the full moon is actually yesterday. It was the Taurus, and usually with full moon energy, it usually lasts 3 days before and 3 days after. So you really do have that strong full moon energy right now. Again, protection. I don't know what you're gonna do these next 2 days. I don't know. Maybe you might meet someone tomorrow. So be careful.
Tonight? Okay.
But what is it? With the moon, expect the unexpected. These next 3 days could be very impactful for you. I'm telling you, with the Judgment card, I am seeing someone being very like, someone is wanting your attention. And with the full moon, what I like about the full moon, they have the saying where with the full moon, everything that's hidden can be seen once again, you know, because the full moon shines light on anything that's hidden in the dark. So I feel like whatever is being hidden to you right now, I think it is going to be exposed in the next 2 days. Mm-hmm. It could be about, I think whatever is going to be exposed is going to hint at this. But yeah.
So if anybody in the next few days is trying to get at you, that's what I'm hearing, kind of.
This might be the one.
You gotta be protected.
I gotta be protected.
So strap up and don't get your money up. Or if you do get your money up, don't get your money.
But yeah, but you are very protected at this time with the angel card. Anytime the angel card, and anytime actually the judge, anytime, because you have 2 angels here. There's only a few of these angels that come up in the cards.
Yeah, set it up, Scoop.
I think only like maybe a handful, 5, you know.
I still gotta add more things, but we got the Pac-Man, we got a bunch of others for the stream stuff. I just gotta add more.
Like you're being guided. You know? Yeah. Again, if someone is really like, hey, go this way, like, you know. So yeah. But yeah.
Okay. You want to take a picture?
Take a picture, my friend. Thank you for reminding me. I almost was about to put it away.
So is there times where people will tell you like, can you keep pulling cards?
Yes, and I'm like, no.
Is that like
just doing
not
too much
a bad
watering
thing?
Maybe?
Yeah, like I feel like because honestly, one card is enough. You know, one card is all you really need. I like just to pull extra cards because it helps with creating the story, and it gives a bigger picture of what the story is actually about. But yeah. Yeah. Thank you for trusting me, guys, with reading your energy.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Keep it in mind. Yeah, you keep holding.
My arm gets tired.
Alright. Now, do you have a specific question in mind, or are you just curious to see where your current energy is at?
I'm just curious to see what pops up.
And
go from there.
Alright, here's one. Okay.
You want to shuffle no cards?
Okay, cute. I love that. Okay, I see you. So, so right away with so right away I see a lot of cups. I see that you are going through an emotional time right now, or not an emotional time, but you are dealing with some certain feelings that are kind of like, what do I do about this? Like, you know, with the 3 of Cups. Let's see. Okay. So with the 3 of Cups, you see 3 women dancing around, having a good time. It's a girls' night out, right? Why do I see it, you guys? I feel like this is like represents you guys, like spending time together, drinking, just kikiing, having a good time.
I'm not dancing.
But just spending time together, I feel like it's a good sign. You know what? I wonder if you are talking to someone. Are you... I'm sorry, I just want a clarification for this Three of Cups, because I'm getting, like, mixed. Okay, yeah, so it is about a girl. Okay, so...
What the hell?
So, are you talking to someone?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. Because, I don't really see it going good.
Ooh, good.
Drop it right now.
Because with the Empress in reverse, you know, it does represent someone that's a little insecure with themselves. Not someone that really is supposed to be like a confident kind of thing. With the Three of Cups, it feels like this person could be partying a lot, spending time with their girlfriends, drinking a lot, just spending time with other people other than you. I feel like with the Eight of Cups in reverse, you've been thinking about this a lot internally, about whether you should just leave the situation behind and moving on. But with it being in reverse, I feel like you've been teeter-tottering back and forth, like, should I stay? Should I give it one more chance? Or should I just give it up? Should I just dip and focus on myself? I feel like you are, though. I feel like you are gonna dip. I feel like with this upright, you can see the moon. See how the moon is, like, tired of this person's shit? It's like, yeah, you need to move on, honey. With this card, with the Seven of Pentacles, I see this person is... I feel like you're finally looking at, like, your stuff, and you're like, okay, I have this beautiful garden, but it's... And, like, you have, like, certain things growing that you really want to grow. But you see, you know, every garden has weeds. Every garden has that little extra tuck that you need to take out, right? Yeah. So you can make space for your other plants to grow. That's what you're going through right now. You're looking at your garden right now and you're saying, you know what? I don't want any more of that. I'm just going to take it out so I can make more room for this to grow. And again, with it being Pentacles, it's feel like you're focusing more on your material world, your home life, your wealth, your money, your job, all that stuff. So yeah, I really see you focusing on yourself, on your money, on your peace, your serenity. I feel like you're always going to have that though. Like you're always going to be focusing on yourself. Like your number one priority is you. I feel like you do take a really great job at taking care of yourself, especially when it comes to your emotions, and like handling them in a very like mature manner. Like I see you really being like, tell me why I really see you like being like talking to the person being like, you're really gonna act like that, like how old are we? And you're like, okay, whatever. Like that's how I see it. Like that's what I'm picturing.
You're really a chill guy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Chill guy, I mean,
but she's not.
Interesting. Yeah. Do you feel this?
I know, yeah. I was like, did it resonate with you?
Kinda, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, a little bit.
With, you know who? Or with the other one?
There's two.
No.
I guess depending, really. But I mean, yeah, in a sense.
I am picking up that this does have to do with like women in your life for sure. There are definitely multiple women.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Take a pic.
If anything, I just really see yourself really focusing on yourself. I'll put one more card for you, my friend. Let's see what comes up. So the Justice card in reverse. So that card already came up, but with this being in reverse, it has a different story for you. Don't take revenge. Like, don't let karma handle things on her own. you do you. You know, you don't need to be. Yeah, I see, like, I feel like an option might pop up where you can be like, I can be petty, but I don't really see you taking it. And with the justice in reverse, it's really suggested that you don't take it, that you just take the high road and just kind of let karma do her thing. But yeah, I hope that was good advice. But yeah,
picture.
take a picture.
Now with this one?
Yeah, this one.
But you know, we're more aesthetic with it.
Get the lights over.
Sorry.
Aesthetic. I should have bought my crystals. Should have added the effect.
Okay.
There you go.
What crystal is that?
So this is a selenite crystal. This crystal, I definitely highly recommend if you ever want to start like a crystal collection. Definitely have one of these bad boys in there. It's a 2-for-1 honestly deal with these crystals, because they're great for both cleansing and setting intention. So in the morning I like to wake up, and this is probably one of the more powerful crystals to have too. But in the morning I wake up, I meditate with it, set my intentions for the day. I'm like, I'm gonna be a bad bitch today, you know, and keep going. And then when I get home, I use this to cleanse off energy that I may have picked up unconsciously or consciously throughout the day. So I really like kind of just like a, you know, like that. And that's all I do. It can be really simple like that. That's what I love about this practice. It doesn't have to be all complicated. Again, what matters is the intention behind it. That's all that matters. And the belief. Yeah.
Alright, cut the camera.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for trusting me with reading you guys' energy.
Thank you for reading.
Of
Yes.
course.
Thank you. Because my mom was worried that if we did this, it would be like the movie. I'm like, no, but.
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing scary about tarot. It's really me connecting with my guides, and then also connecting with yours, like spirit team. I believe everyone has a spirit team of like angels, guardians, you know, family members, ancestors, and all that good stuff. But yeah.
And then with Reiki, could you do that like off like something simple, like off with my hand or something?
I can do, you know, to living beings and not physical or non-living beings. Like I could do Reiki in a house. I could do Reiki in a car. I could do Reiki on plants. I could do Reiki on food. It's, again, all that matters is intention. What are you using that energy for? What am I doing to the plant? What am I sending?
So if I give you my hand right now, could you? Can you?
Yeah. You want to do it?
Well, what do I think about?
Okay, so what this is, basically, I'm going to clear out energy. So with your hand, what I'm going to do with Reiki, because that's what Reiki is usually for. It's to help cleanse, clear out, and heal, you know. So what I would be doing, if you're open to it, is I would be taking out all the energy that doesn't belong to you. And we're going to be calling back energy that you may have like sent out, come back. Alright.
Thank you.
So we're both going to close our eyes, and then, what's it called? Yeah, just be open. Have an open mind, you know? What is it? I'm going to do a symbol on your hand. These symbols represent, they're like, how do I explain these symbols? I gotta be honest, I haven't practiced in a while. I haven't done this in a while, but I do remember the symbols. There's the chokure. So the chokure is this symbol. It's like a little circle, swirl on the palm. And then there's another one that's called Hansha Shokure, which is like a more complicated one. So it's like this, and then it's an actual like Japanese like lettering. But yeah, but that basically is, chokure is to open yourself up to the energy, and then the hansha shin, oh my god, I can't even say that one. But that one is to help call in the energy. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. And then I'm going to kind of focus. So what I'm going to do is now open yourself up. I'm also going to put a bubble around us to protect us from anything that wants to interfere with the session. So basically I like to visualize a gold shimmering bubble around us, just to, you know, protect us. And then there's going to be, I like to do a little hole on the little top, and that's where we pull out the negative energy and any foreign energy that doesn't belong to you. It's like really weird, actually. You have a lot of energy. You have like a lot of like a lot of disruptive energy. Like it's a very like I'm seeing like a lot of there's pulses. It's like it's really active, like really active. So I am now going to call in any high vibrational beings, any spirit guides, any ancestors, any angels that would like to come in and help with this session or would like to connect with you. I'm picturing an owl. I don't know if that represents anything to you, but I do see an owl and a rabbit. I don't know if the owl is trying to catch the rabbit. They seem friendly though, actually. Like it feels like they're very friendly to each other. So a bunny and an owl, which are unlikely friends, but I feel like there is some importance to that. Someone right now that you didn't think you would be friends with, but I see an unlikely friendship happening or coming soon, actually. Yeah. I'm gonna like go back and see what else comes up, okay? Whatever energy that I was like picking up earlier that was very like hectic or crazy, it seems to be gone now. Like I definitely like, I don't know, it was like, that was definitely intense. It was like really strange. but it was like, yeah, really interesting. But it's gone now. I feel like it might be a little bit calmer, especially with your mind. I'm going to go ahead and close out the session, okay? And that's where I'm going to disconnect ourselves. I'm going to close up the bubble. I'm going to put a little protective bubble around you so we can protect the work that we did today. So that way your energy stays inside and doesn't go out anywhere, okay? Have you guys ever seen that Atlantis movie where in the animation and they're down in the island thing and what's it called? Those statues create the big bubbles to protect the thing. Mm-hmm. That's basically like what I'm picturing right now. Like it's just like a little bubble like protecting your energy.
How do you feel?
Me too. I know, I'm like really sweaty. Mm-hmm. How do you feel? Sometimes with Reiki sessions, some people will feel at peace. Some people will sometimes fall asleep. I've had clients like be like, oh shit, like wake up, you know? Mm-hmm. I've had clients tell me that they feel lighter, that they feel like they can breathe easier.
I did feel lighter, but then you said that's when I was hectic. Mm-hmm. While I was feeling lighter, you were feeling I was hectic.
I think what I was feeling, I was taking out of you was what you were feeling. Like, or like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Like you were taking away that hectic.
Mm-hmm, that hectic energy. When it was being going through me and exiting through me. So I think that's what it was. So as you're feeling lighter, I felt it was moving through me and getting out of you. Mm-hmm. It was really intense, low key. Like I was like, I don't think I've ever done a Reiki session where like it was like pulsating, like my eyes like were pulsating. So it was really interesting. I think you did had something attached. I don't know if it was it didn't feel like malicious or anything like that. It just felt really hectic. Like it felt like a tornado. Like that's what it felt like. Mm-hmm.
Like internally, or was it something like?
I think
was it like another?
I think it felt more internal. I don't think it was like again like a malicious like actual like presence or like thing. I think it was just like the energy, like just maybe
it wasn't like an
maybe like thoughts or worries.
Somebody else or a spirit or anything.
No. What I did pick up though when I was calling in people or calling things, I did see an owl and a bunny. Cause at first I thought the owl was going after the bunny because I did see the bunny, but no, it looked like they were hanging out, like they were like buddies, and I was like, oh, interesting. And it's like an unlikely friendship, but I feel like that's a message. I feel like there is gonna be like an unlikely friendship happening. I don't know if you're the owl or if you're the bunny, but I think one of them definitely represents you. Mm-hmm.
And then earlier, what you mean by like foreign energy? What does that mean? So
foreign energy, it can be anyone else's energy, or it could be like an attachment, spiritual attachment. Foreign energy can be anything really, like maldoho, stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. The pale ojo. Cause someone told me that's like a deer eye, or if they can't use an actual deer eye, they use like some type of. I don't think it was a fruit. Maybe it was like a type of nut where it looks like the deer eye, and they'll use that.
Interesting.
That's what I heard that they do that like in Mexico, and I know like here or they have like the eye where it's like blue and white. Mm-hmm. That eye, that ward off evil, whatever. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know, is that like similar things, or is it?
I think so, cause you know, with us being like Hispanic, it's like mal de ojo is it's just negative energy being sent your way. You know, it's anyone that wishes bad on you. It's anyone that is jealous of you, wants what you have, and stuff like that, or just doesn't want to see you succeed in general. You know how? Have you ever like judged a person? Like, you know, obviously everyone has, you know, but it's like that. It's like even you judging someone, that's you accidentally sending them out of people. Yeah. So you just gotta be aware and intentional with what you're thinking and what you're saying, you know, because you could be sending out a whole and not even realize it, you know.
Okay. You ever done like the egg cleanse? Yeah.
I like the egg cleanse. Egg cleanses are fun. I enjoy doing them.
You read the yolk?
I do. It's interesting. I just feel like it's kind of hard. I just sometimes, excuse me. Yeah, sometimes I'm just like, it's like I get it, and then sometimes I'm just like, I don't know. You know, different practices, different divinations resonate well than others. So like, let's say, tarot, I feel like I connect more with tarot cards, with the imagery and stuff like that, better than scrying. But someone could maybe like read crystal balls better than they do with tarot, or with the palm hands, reading the palms. I tried getting into it, and it just didn't really like resonate with me. It just didn't really like click with me. It's just not my thing. So I think it's like that.
Okay.
Maybe cracking the egg and reading the yolk. Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah.
What happened?
No, same thing.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
If you're reading the yolk.
Oh yeah, that's another like divination, or another way of like reading your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so thinking of spiritualism, what do you think about the, like, I don't know if they're aliens or what they are, what would that go into everything?
Aliens? Definitely, I think supernatural. Like, maybe like, it's definitely under the unknown, like, and the...
You think they would have a soul?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't know. I'm not sure. That's definitely an interesting concept, though. Aliens having souls. I mean, technically, or maybe aliens are like just another species, just like us. Like maybe they do have souls. I don't know. Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Yeah, because I was gonna tell an alien story. I don't know if it's aliens, but
I low-key have had weird alien stories too.
Yeah. All right. You'll get the next one.
Okay.
All right. So I was in probably like 5th grade, and you were probably
maybe a little older.
Or 8th
maybe
grade.
Like 8th grade, maybe.
So I was probably 8th grade. You were probably like what, 5th grade?
Yeah.
So we're driving back home from my cousin's house down, what's that road? Pershing?
Yeah.
The one right here,
Yeah.
Pershing?
Yeah, Pershing. So we're driving down Pershing.
I don't know your streets. You live right here.
Yeah, bro, come on now. So we're driving down that road, and we look at the sky, and we see like 6 like red orbs in the sky. And I recorded it, but at that time I had a flip gravity too.
That's so funny.
So if I showed you the video, it's just black dots. You wouldn't be able to tell what it was. But we're just like looking, and they slowly like disappear one at a time. And we were like, yo, what is that? Like, is it aliens? Is it, I don't know. Like, I think it's aliens maybe, but like I said, there's no, I don't know what that was. And we've never seen that ever again. Because I have friends like, yeah, what if it was an airplane? And I'm like, we live by Midway.
Yeah, no,
we see airplanes all the time.
Yeah.
And it's never like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I was there too. So the thing is, when those are in the sky, we heard a bunch of dogs barking.
Yeah, so that's when we got home. So when we finally got home, across the graveyard, we hear all these dogs bark at the same time. And we were just like listening in the front of our house. And I don't know if they all stopped at the same time, except for like one dog. And then he stopped, and then we were like, I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah, that's weird. Interesting. You know what's funny? I actually did see something in the sky too, and I was actually here in Berwyn too. Yeah. We find out there's aliens outside Berwyn, bro. Fucking Berwynites. What's it called? I'm in the car. We're driving down, I think like Home Avenue or something. Like we're going down to go to Ogden or something. And all of us, I'm in the car with a friend, we're talking whatever, all of a sudden, I shit you not, the entire sky glitched. It turned purple and then back to blue. And even the clouds, you know, stayed where they were, they didn't change color, it was the sky.
Yeah. And
immediately, we both looked at each other, and we were like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, we were just freaking out. We were like, you saw that too, right? We were like, how's that possible? We were like, what? Like, the entire sky glitched. It, like, turned purple and then blue. And we were like, what? It was, like, I think 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock p.m. So, middle of the day, too. We were like, what the fuck? And we were just so confused. We were, like, kind of seeing if other people were walking around to be like, hey, did you fucking just see that? But it was just us on the road, and we're like, yeah, no, it was just really strange, really interesting. But that was my experience.
You think it's could have been maybe, was it at night or day?
It was during day. It was
2
to 3 p.m.
2 to 3.
Oh yeah.
So it was daytime.
Cause I've seen the one where if there was maybe like some type of a meteor or comet, it'll light up the sky.
Oh, that makes sense. Maybe it was that. But I don't know, it was during the day.
Or simulation.
You okay?
Yeah, we could.
I don't know, but it was definitely, I'd be thinking about it to this day too, and I'm just like, what the fuck was that? It was definitely interesting. There was another time where I was in the car, we were getting gas, and I remember I was flipping through the radio stations, and then flipped it once, and then there was one station where all of a sudden it was static. It was like, it was that static noise, and then I heard like screaming. It was a bunch of screaming, just screams, like, and it scared me, and I changed it. And I was like, I was like, what the fuck was that? I tried going back, couldn't find it. I don't know what it was. It was so weird. That was scary.
Spirit box.
That was really scary. I was like, did we just fucking went on Hell FM or?
Maybe.
What do you think about the spirit box and stuff like that?
Funny as fuck.
No.
Because there's been some funny, like, I've seen some funny ghost clips where ghosts will be like, nerd. No, there's one where
loser.
There was one where it's these two guys and they have like a YouTube channel and everything.
Sam and Kobe?
Huh?
Sam and Kobe?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, shout out that one.
And they were like, say your names or something. And the ghost by ghost nerd.
So we got someone asking about reading egg yolk.
No, we kind of did that one.
Yeah. So read the next one.
Ask her about Dia de los Muertos and how setting up an altar can call loved ones or pets.
Yeah, the Dia de los Muertos, honestly, it's so beautiful. I love when people do that. Especially the pet videos are so cute. They make me cry because you can just totally, you can see them. Like, okay, there's videos, right? Every year too, around Dia de los Muertos, people will post videos of what's it called? Their dogs around the altar, and you can see them. They're playing like with someone. They're like jumping around, and it looks like they're playing with someone, you know. And it's just so cute. But with those altars, really, it's really simple, you know, just a picture of flowers, their favorite drink, favorite foods. During that time for Dia de los Muertos, it is in a lot of different cultures around that time, it is a belief that veil between the spirit world and the physical realm do get thinner, and you know, during those days, that's when ghosts and spirits are able to, you know, reconnect with us and let us know that they're there, kind of thing. Yeah, it's really interesting. I really love the holiday. It's probably one of my favorite holidays to celebrate. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He also said, I've seen where other pets wag their tails at the altar, and you can tell that they sense the other pet.
Mm-hmm.
And does full moon play a factor at all?
Mm-hmm.
During Dia de los Muertos, Scoop?
I'm trying to think if there's ever... I'm trying to remember if... I think I remember last year the full moon fell under Halloween night too. So those instances, I feel like, yes, it's definitely powerful, more powerful. When there is like a full moon during like around that time period. Again, full moon energy is really great 3 days before and 3 days after. It like lingers around, you know. So
3 days.
So same thing with that Dia de los Muertos is like a 4-day like event thing. So yeah. I think it does have to do with it. Everything to do with it. Yeah.
So he said like an extra source of power. Well, is that so? The power from the moon, planets. How is that considered like power from that? If you get what I mean.
You wondering like how you can like obtain the power for yourself, or because with the moon and with like astrology and planets and stuff like that, everyone is different. When you're born, it really matters where you were born, the time you were born.
Why does that matter?
It's literally a timestamp for you, where like what's it called? Where everything was at the time of your initial birth. So this would be like my birth chart. This would describe pretty much like everything that has to do with me and everything that doesn't. So this is my natal chart. This was all the planets, all the degrees, all the place marks. It was at the time of my birth. And everyone's different. So everyone doesn't have the same one, you know? Even twins don't even have the same birth chart. So twins, even too, are just a little bit different, you know? And that's why people say, that's why astrology skeptics, they're like, oh, you can't just tell by your sun sign, your whole, like, thing. And I was like, because, yeah, it's not just your sun sign. You have all these planets, and then you have all these houses. Then you have all these degrees. It gets really specific and really, like, deep.
Okay.
It's another, I feel like it's just another science. It's another form of, like, knowledge. But, yeah.
If there was someone who was skeptical, what would you do to, like, try to... I guess influence them in a way, or try to like...
I don't really influence. It really is like up to them. Especially when it comes to spirituality, astrology, and all that stuff. It's all of that. You really have to have an open mind for it. So for someone that has their mind already closed, I don't feel the need to try to convince people what I already feel like I know or like believe. You know. See. Yeah.
Okay. So there was an ad right there. So what we pretty much talked about, she was talking about her, the, what was it called again? The calendar, not the calendar.
The birth chart.
The birth chart. She was talking about the birth chart for a little bit, and then she was also talking about,
birth chart, just not everyone is the same.
Yeah, not everyone's as what's it called?
Has the same.
Some people are skeptical, some people aren't. She was saying if they don't care, if they don't want to open up, then they're not going to open up. If they do, then that's that.
Yeah.
So, like, the moon, planets, like celestial objects, how does that give out energy? Or how does that work? That's what I meant by, like, how does the moon or whatever give power?
Got you. the moon is very powerful. You know how they say that the moon kind of controls the tides of the earth? You know how we're like 70% of water? That's why people say that the moon really like influences us. And a little fun fact: the moon is actually represents Cancer, and Cancer signs are all very like, it's a water sign, so it's an emotional sign. And the moon changes its signs every 2 days. So that's why there's certain people, or that's why, that's why the moon controls, like, there's a thing where like the moon controls like your emotions as well. So that's why every 2 days your emotions like change and stuff like that. And whatever the moon sign is under, that's the energy you're going to be feeling. So again, today it's, it's in Cancer actually. Is it in Cancer? No, that's me.
Could we show them the birth chart real quick?
Yeah. This is my birth chart.
Birth chart. Timestamp when you were born.
Mm-hmm. And it's, so basically a birth chart is like a timestamp of when and where you were born. And not everyone's the same. Even twins don't have the same birth chart. So everyone is going to be a little bit different. Yeah. So that's why when astrology skepticals say like, you can't tell your whole personality just by your sun sign. It's like, yeah, it's true. Because you have all these other planets. So yeah. And everyone's different. So yeah.
Yeah. Cool. It's at 3:36 a.m. Kept your mom awake.
Mm-hmm. Girl. No, I was a lazy baby. My mom, I didn't turn right away, so they actually had to do a C-section for me. Mm-hmm. My mom was like, "You did this to me." I'm like, damn.
Still holding on. All these years.
Mm-hmm.
You want to ask her the other questions besides the which ones?
Oh. I guess we had like actor questions too.
Yeah.
Like.
I was actually, can I take a potty break?
Oh, yeah.
You're good.
I'm so sorry I've been drinking so much water.
Well, I
gotta go. Or we can end it here or continue it,
or do we want to end it maybe part 2?
Yeah, part 2 some other time.
Yeah, other time. Mm-hmm.
And then we can talk about the acting thing next time.
Alright, go ahead, talk to the black tone. Tell them where they could message you in case they need a Reiki break or Reiki session or something.
Yeah, so this is your time to plug in whatever you want. If you want to give a message, it's whoever. Like right now, there's 7 people watching. You know, I don't know who they. One of them Scoop. So.
Okay, Scoop.
Shout out Scoop. Shout out Scoop.
What's it called? Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys, checking us out. My name is Corine, also known as Coco La Bruja. You can check out my website at cocolabruja.com. You can follow me on social media. On Instagram, it's dudeitscorine. On Twitter, it's dudeitscoco. Yeah, I'm like trying to think what else.
What kind of things do you do?
I do tarot readings. If you're interested in getting a tarot reading, feel free to message me. I also do Reiki services. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Reiki services. So I help out clear out your chakras, clear out energy so you guys feel good and stuff like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like trying to think what else. Some cleanses.
You also work at a dispensary?
I also work at a dispensary. I'm your local bud tender, so if you need that good juice, I got that for you.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm also, a background actor or an actress. Catch me on season 7, episode 11 on Chicago PD.
There we go.
I'm one of the dead girls in the barrels. Check that out. What's it called? But yeah, catch up for me more on future movies, maybe, hopefully.
If you guys have questions for her, if she comes around for part 2, make sure to have some questions ready for her. So some interesting ones.
So this time we did a bunch of spiritualism stuff. We did tarot cards. So next time if we do part 2, will be more movie stuff.
Yeah, we did have questions for the acting and the modeling and all that, but
we were interested in
really
the whole
spiritual stuff. It was a really great conversation. I love talking about spirituality and everything.
Yeah, good. Almost did 3 hours.
Yeah.
I forgot about that too, the extra stuff.
There's a lot.
So yeah, so like, comment, subscribe for the video on YouTube. This is live, so we're just gonna end the stream here, and till next time.